All right, ladies and gentlemen. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, guys. Welcome back to Omar BYT. And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of True Ballers FC, episode 7, ladies and gentlemen. We are back again, guys. The full gang is not here yet, but listen, everyone will turn up very, very soon. But we already got Max in the building, man. What's going on with you, man?
Yeah, man, all good, all good. A bit of chaos, but we're here, man. We're here. Good to be on again, man. Thank you for having me on.
Absolutely, man. Happy to always have you here, man. But listen, a lot of things been happening this week. We saw weekend games. We saw obviously, midweek games from both of my league and your league as well. But listen, before we do get started with you, listen. At the end of the day, as far as we're concerned, Barcelona, we lost during the weekend. It was looking peak for us because we went winless 3 games in a row. It was very, very worrisome as far as the team is concerned. But listen, we definitely we fought back and we got a win this past midweek, and we luckily for us, Madrid also ended up losing their game. So it was happy days for me, but unfortunately, still misery for you, man. Like last week, you had a little bit of daylight. Seeing
Uh,
that you guys beat Newcastle,
mm,
um, it was looking great. But even
mm,
you admitted that at the end of the day, it doesn't really change much, right?
no.
And back to business, I guess, when it comes to Lopetegui this week. Losing
Yeah.
5-1 at home to Arsenal, which I'm guessing we all knew you were going. We both expected you to lose that, but I feel like the one in the midweek is the one where I was like, bro, like, how is this guy still survive? How is he still at your club? And why am I hearing that apparently you guys are still backing him? This is getting ridiculous at this point, man. Like, talk to me, Mike. Like, what is going on, bro?
Mm. So I can tell you the exact dialogue. So basically, he was meant to have Newcastle and Arsenal left. Now, I think that was because everyone thought he was going to lose both the games. But surprisingly, we actually beat Newcastle. Now, as we discussed before, doesn't change anything, and we saw in that performance that it wasn't going to change. Like there was good in that performance, but there was a lot where Arsenal could get us, and they did. We lost 5-2. But then Leicester midweek, even with the new manager bounce that they had, I thought we'd get a draw. Now I don't predict wins ever at this club. I don't ever
Jeez.
predict wins. Everyone knows this, but I at least thought a draw just because they're terrible as well. They literally just got battered to Brentford in the previous game, but then we lost 3-1, and this is where it gets techie. So in the Arsenal game, something happened at half time. I don't know whether you heard about this,
Please let
but
me know. I don't actually know.
Tadibo attacked Lopetegui at half time in the
Wait,
changing room.
wait, what?
I'm not taking the piss. I'm not taking the piss. He
No
attacked
way.
Lopetegui.
No way he did that.
I'm being serious as well. I'm being serious.
Oh
But
my days.
so my respect for Tadibo has gone even higher than it already was during this season because it's never been more deserved. Like I'm sorry, but I'm glad someone did it. I'm
So
glad it
wait,
was one of the players and of the fans, bro.
wait a minute. So did they explain? Did they go into detail into why he did attack him?
No, no, it was just like so something happened at halftime with the Arsenal game. Obviously, Lopetegui was on the touchline, but because he got touchline banned, but in the changing room he got lamped, and apparently Bowen had to break it up, and
Wow.
because Bowen's the captain, he has to,
Hmm.
and apparently Lopetegui has put makeup on to cover the bruise, apparently because Tanibo lamped him a couple times, and yeah, my whole thing is it kind of proves how what the character of Lopetegui, because he didn't sub him off at halftime. He still came out on the pitch in the second half after getting lamped, which was funny. But that's why he wasn't there for the Leicester game. Everyone thought he had a knock, and
Okay.
even the inside sources said he had a knock just to not put any negative thing out there, even though they knew themselves what happened. Even though they knew that something happened, they said it's a knock. But then when the information came out there, they had to confirm it that he did get lamped. Like Tadibo attacked Lopetegui in the thing. But that is not just him, because he lost the dressing room a long time ago. Guido Rodriguez and Kudus turned on him very early because he scapegoated them both in 2 individual games at half-time. Well, Guido Rodriguez came off in like the 30th odd minute against Chelsea, even though he wasn't the only one that played bad. Mohamed
Yeah.
Kudus came off at half-time against Brentford when he didn't really do much wrong. He was playing on the left. I don't know what people expect Kudus to do. And people were trying to justify that at the time. Like, Lopetegui doesn't care about the big name players and that he'll take off anyone. No, his substitutions are stupid. And it's not like Kudus did anything to warrant getting taken off. So when going back to this game against Leicester, this was meant to be the final nail in the coffin. Now the problem is, this is what's happened. This is what's been leaked online. It's the fact that he was meant to be sacked. He was legitimately meant to be sacked, but because our owner likes to change the decision all the time, and Lopetegui literally begged for one more chance. He begged in a meeting boardroom for one more chance. He has got one game left, so that's why West Ham versus Wolves is crucial because it's there's never been more of an El Sacico than this. Because Gary O'Neill has one
Yeah.
game left, and so does Lopetegui. So whoever does lose will get sacked. Now, I'm a West Ham fan, but I've never wanted to lose a game so much more in my life. And Monday night.
Take a step back. So take one step back to make 2 steps forward. I hear it.
Yeah, exactly. So we basically that game is crucial. It's Monday night as well. Monday night, Max Kilman against his former
Yeah,
club.
that's a main event match. I like the fact they put it Monday because everyone will be watching because they're like, whoever loses gets sacked. Wow.
Exactly. And Lopetegui used to manage Wolves. Gary O'Neill used to play for West Ham.
Bro, you could not. No, the storytelling is ridiculous here, man.
We have Max Kilman, former Wolves captain. They have Craig Dawson, former West Ham United player. It's ridiculous, bro. It's literally like you can't. It writes itself, but that's where we are right now. Like the Fulcrum turned on him, even when he was injured, because Lopetegui delayed his comeback. He delayed his own comeback. And
oh my days! What would happen? What would happen if this was the scoreline, bro? Let me know.
Bro, I think both of them would keep their job. You know, that's the problem. Both of them should be sacked. But the problem is we have to lose because our ownership is shit. It's dog shit, bro. It's legit. Like we need to lose for them to sack him. If they draw, he might still be having a job by like the next game. And after Wolves, we got Bournemouth away. You saw you see what's happened to teams at Bournemouth away. But this is the thing. Iraola, Gary O'Neill, just finish your job. You've got one job. Gary O'Neill, if you want to put me out of my misery, you used to play for my club. You got one job.
He would be a local hero, man. Like for the West Ham, to the eyes of the West Ham fans.
No, by luck, we'll win that game. We'll win that game. We'll actually win that game.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like that's what. But to be fair, listen, I'll be honest with you. If you guys are, if he's truly lost the dressing room like he has, bro, those players are not going to play for him. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
If he's lost the dressing room, those players, bro, because why the hell would they want to listen to him anymore? That's my point. Like at the end of the day, I'm not saying the players will down tools. I'm sure they will give their best, but they're not going to give 100%. You know what I'm saying, right? They're going to give a little bit of a fight, but they'll throw the white flag very easily. And listen, at the end of the day, if there is one game there is no excuse for him to not win, it should be that Wolves game. Because just like you mentioned, it's pressure for both managers. You understand what I'm saying, right? Like, what you just mentioned, O'Neill is in huge pressure, and especially what we just saw, in the midweek for them, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Like losing 4-0 to Everton, it's unacceptable. I'm sorry. That is a sackable offense this season. You understand what I'm saying, right?
Facts.
We do mention that about, I understood the game between you guys against Arsenal because we didn't, neither of us expected you guys to win that game. You understand what I'm saying, right? But my God, bro, that game against Leicester, that was the one where I was like, bro, he should have been sacked after that. I'm sorry. Leicester, like, bro, if you lose, you should losing the game ended 3-0, right? 3-0 to Leicester.
3-1.
But that's my point. You conceded 3 goals against Leicester.
Yeah.
I know that
he's conceded to Patson Daka, bro. He doesn't score goals. Patson Daka doesn't score goals, bro. Patson Daka's not a goal scorer. That guy's a flop. That guy barely did anything in the championship last season. He didn't do anything. He hasn't done anything since, but he kicked it in the roof of the nets. He pulled off his most deadly finish, bro. And Mavrobozo played as well instead of Tadibo. Mavropanos. the guy will play again against Wolves. That's my only hope that we'll lose the game against Wolves. Is Mavropanos is coming up against Mateus Cunha, bro.
Oh my
Cunha's still a good
days.
player.
Mm-hmm.
Cunha's still a very good player. He's well, just carried Wolves. Like the couple wins that Wolves have got, he scored a hat trick in one of them.
Mm-hmm.
So without Cunha, they're finished. So God help me if Cunha ain't fit, because then I won't get my fucking judgment day. I won't get my Independence Day from Lopetegui if Cunha ain't fit. But
Yeah.
that's it. Cunha against Mavropanos is my only hope, because Mavropanos can't do anything. He can't defend. He's not fantastic on the ball. He over dribbles, takes too many touches. He's not Tadibo. Like Tadibo's a significant upgrade. Like being on the ball, pace, strength, whatever it is, height, jumping, doesn't matter. But one of the best centre backs in the league if he can put it on a consistent basis. Like there's a significant downgrade. So my only thing is we might make a couple of mistakes, but even then, we actually dominated Leicester. Funny enough, we had like 30 shots and we didn't put them away.
Wow.
And the
That's
only one
crazy.
was a Fulcrook header right at the end. Fulcrook came back, his first game back, and he scored from a corner, which is good for him. I'm happy for him,
Mhm.
but I want him to have a decent manager, because this manager don't like him. And he even said in his interview there were some things wrong tactically. Like, so are you going to celebrate your Independence Day on the 8th in December annually? I don't know about that. I
You're
don't
gonna
know
you're
about
gonna
that.
you're gonna you're gonna you're gonna do what's the name? Flawless been doing the last few weeks. Every single
Yeah,
time.
with Ten Hag, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
You do
You,
like
you,
4 weeks
you
until Ten Hag's been sacked. Like,
yeah, yeah. You're probably gonna do that for Lopetegui, right? Every week.
I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to, because do you know what it is? It's come to a point now where like every tweet that a West Ham put out, I've just been quote tweeting with 50 Cent doing this to the camera. Like I've just been doing that because like, why the fuck are they still tweeting? Why are they still tweeting training pictures? Why are you still tweeting like ready for Wolves on Monday and all this fucking shit?
You're
What
ready
is
for what?
this, man?
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
man.
You're ready for Wolves. All right, cool, cool, cool. We'll
You
see.
told
We'll see.
Tadibo to train with the youth, bro.
Now this guy needs to go for the sake of your club. I'm
Mm.
sorry, but he
It's a
needs to.
mess. It's a
Like
mess.
I've said it so many times when it comes to your club. West Ham are when it comes to recruitment, you guys were incredible in the recruitment department.
Yep.
And then you just messed it all up by hiring this guy.
Yeah.
This guy who was not good enough. You understand what I'm saying, right? Like if you're
Mhm.
like, bro, this guy wasn't good enough for Wolves. Wolves were
No.
happy to let him go. But then
Yep.
West Ham looked at him and said, yeah, you know what? We'll have some of that. There's no
Hmm.
excuses for that. It was an absolutely disgraceful. And listen, at the end of the day, the chickens are coming home to roost when it comes to your club right now. You guys
Hmm.
didn't perform well. And listen, it is what it is. It is what it
Yeah.
is. But listen,
Like,
at the end of the day, well, that was what surprised me because I was watching your channel when you basically did I think was it the reaction to like the fact that the club were backing him, and I was like, bro, it's like they're really trying to test like the patience of these fans. Like they're really, really trying to test the patience of these fans. They really
I
are.
was I was fuming yesterday, man. I couldn't take it anymore. I haven't been ranting since September because I've just been tired. I've been exhausted of this club. Like I've come to a point where, because of last season, because of what we had to witness last season, because we've had to what the expectation was and whatever from other
Mm,
people, and we were more excited. I didn't have expectation, but I was like, we can build something this season at least if we can get it right. And it came to a point where after the Chelsea game, which was the fifth game of the season, I was
mm.
like, fuck this. And I didn't rant ever since. I was only ranting at what people were saying in the gaslighting rather than what the actual performances were on a football pitch. So when it came to this, I've stayed calm. I actually I've pretty much been at a point where just finished a job, whoever we've come up against, whether it's Newcastle or Arsenal or whatever. I've barely been celebrating. I've barely been angry. I've barely been doing anything. I've just been criticizing the games for what they are. But when it came to them saying we're keeping him for one more game, it's like, what on earth? But the thing
Yeah,
is,
at
what?
that point, because you know why? Because I completely understand that because I've been there with my club, right? Where you see that the manager is not good enough and you want the
Mhm.
manager gone. So every time you guys play, it's like you're just numb to the pain. You understand what
Yeah.
I'm saying? You're just numb to like the pain of losing. You're just like,
Mm.
listen, it is what it is. We'll lose. You probably get sacked if he loses. You understand what I'm saying, right? And then
Yeah.
when the club says, yeah, we're gonna keep backing him, that's when you're like, all right,
Mm.
cool. No, 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 no,
Mm.
no. Like, what are you guys seeing that I'm not? You understand what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
exactly. You know, for the greater good of like both clubs, both fan bases want to lose on Monday. Like Wolves fans want to West Ham to win. West Ham fans want Wolves to win. Like it's I've never seen anything like this before. And that's the thing, like, I don't blame them because I'm in that camp now.
Mm.
I'm seeing on Twitter West Ham fans and Wolves fans trade profile pictures. That's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing there was a conversation on Twitter, yeah, and it was just like a West Ham fan saying we need a Cunha masterclass, and a Wolves fan replied with we need a Bowen masterclass. It's getting to that point now where it's like put us out of our misery, and I feel for them because I've been criticizing Gary O'Neill
Hmm.
as a neutral and saying how overrated the guy is and how much PR the guy has, and knowing him, knowing my luck, he won't win on Monday. And I will have to witness, and we'll sack Gary O'Neill and maybe get a better manager like Graham Potter or someone, and we stick with Lopetegui. That's going to be my luck. And then we're going to have to wait until Bournemouth beat us. And I can't remember who we've got after that, but we've got Southampton coming up, and we're probably going to beat them. And then we'll lose to Liverpool. And then the cycle goes on and on and on. Where we
My
lose
days.
3 games, we're 1 game away, and then we win that game. Because what do I say after every time West Ham are about to sack their manager? West Ham play
Mm.
like prime Barcelona when West Ham are about to sack their manager. And then what happens? Back to West Ham again. 3, 4 games in a
Yeah,
row
yeah.
where
When
you
the pressure,
lose.
because I feel like that was why you guys won the Newcastle game, because
Yeah.
it looked like he was like 1 game away from getting sacked. You understand what I'm saying, right? You're just like,
Yep.
you're gonna be getting sacked very soon. This game
Mm-hmm.
against City, this game against Newcastle United is the one where they're gonna finally like meet their maker and all this stuff. And then you guys go on and create a masterclass of a performance. And I think that at the end of the day, we've been here, we've talked about it, and
Mm-hmm.
even you kind of said it yourself, where you were like, at the end of the day, it's not really surprising, right? The
Mm-hmm.
pressure is on, and then the team finally decides to turn up, right? And it's
Yep.
actually like very, very crazy to me, like how you guys always continue to do this. But at the end of the day, it's not good enough for where you guys want to go.
Mm-hmm.
And and that is why for me, I've never rated your owners. Because I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
your
Yeah.
owners are very good with recruitment. They're very good at getting the right players. They're very, very good at attracting players at the club, which you're like, oh wow, how did they sign these players and all these stuff? And then they mess it up by not bringing in the right manager. And that's my
Yeah.
biggest issue was, and that's why I said for me, I don't see West Ham going to where they need to go. Because if West Ham was serious, they would have been in the Europa League places, European places this season. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. If you look at the distance between top four and I guess what top 10, it's not really that far away.
It's not. It's not at all. And do you know what? Do you know what the problem is with these owners? Yeah, like, and this is the problem with English owners in general. Even though we don't generalize owners by nation, this is
Mhm.
what the typical reputation of English owners are. They are
Mm.
very good at stabilizing a club financially. That's what they do. They're very good at surviving. They're not very good at being ambitious. That's
Right.
what it's like with many clubs, Tottenham, Crystal Palace, etc. These are the kind of clubs that you stabilize yourself, but you don't be ambitious. The only one that's somewhat ambitious in their own kind of model is Brighton, but they have it in a different way. With these owners, the problem is when it comes to recruitment, we've had transfer windows in the past where people, as you said, like, how did they get that? That's because they used to sign big names in like the 2014 to 2018 era of West
Mhm.
Ham. We signed either players that were big names because they were washed, or
There
big
were
names
once,
because
yeah.
they needed to bounce back, or it was just a case of they were signing players through agents. We signed a lot of big names over the past few years. We actually have a structure now. Now, Steiner doesn't have all the power, but Steiner has the power with the transfers. And he has the power with the manager. It's just him and the manager deciding the transfers. For once, the owner is not signing players through agents. He took a step away from that a few years ago when Moyes was here, because Moyes wanted to take over all the transfers. But Moyes didn't like the director of football model. That's what kind of messed them up in the end, and him
Mhm.
trying to change the style of play. Steiden. Steiden is a great appointment, but he had to work with Lopetegui. So, fun fact, by the way, I just found this out today. Tim Steiner, the
Mm.
director of football, wanted to sack Lopetegui in the middle of the transfer window. He wanted to sack him a
Wow.
month and a half in. He wanted to sack him because he turned down a player and signed another player that he recommended. Because he was like,
Wait,
"Oh,
who,
you're."
did they say who the player was?
So apparently the rumor is Guido Rodriguez over Yusuf Afana.
Oh my God, are you actually taking the piss?
I'm being
Because
serious.
here's the
Lopetegui
thing.
wasn't Guido.
Because I want you to understand, Guido Rodriguez was a player who seemed like he was going to go to Barcelona. If you remember,
Mm.
we were going to sign him on a free in January, and then we closed out the deal. And I didn't even know why we did that. It made no sense to me at the time.
Mm.
But now I'm looking at it, I'm like, wait, maybe Barcelona did see something that we didn't. That's why we actually ended up, going against the deal. But Yusuf Fofana, who is a
Mm.
French international, by the way, played in the
Yep.
Euros,
Yep.
he chose to not go for that
Yeah,
over.
Joe was even more annoying. Moyes turned him down last year to sign more Prowse as well. That's what pisses me off. We had the two
Oh
chances
my
to sign
God.
him. We had two chances to sign him. That's my problem. He's a profile we needed for a very long time. I wanted this guy, but I watched two games of Monaco. That's all I needed to watch of him. One of them was a pre-season game against Arsenal. And I was like, I was just watching it because he was starting. He was starting and it was a transfer target. I needed to know
Mhm.
what the hype was. Amazing. And this is the thing as well. Guido Rodriguez is not a bad player, but he's meant to be a backup. The problem is the guy was signed by Lopetegui, but he was
Mhm.
scapegoated by Lopetegui. This is your own signing. You're meant to get your own players on side. And I complained about this on the Chelsea game. So how did I know that he lost the dressing room on game week 5? And this is the thing as well. These players are very strong characters. Like, listen, Tadiba apparently has a history of fighting with managers and stuff. But the players that have existed here, like Bowen, the Antonios, and whatever, especially Bowen,
Mhm.
I don't know how you can fall out with these two, like Moyes and Lopetegui, and still carry on like a professional and still give your best for the club and still put good performances out there. Because even after the Arsenal game, after he had to separate Tadibo and Lopetegui, he still performed really well against Leicester. I don't know, even though you're the captain, you're meant to be focused, you're a professional footballer, whatever. In your mindset, I don't know how you can switch on that mindset to carry on and be focused.
But
So
that's
I
the thing.
commend you for that.
That's
They
the
don't
thing.
down
That's
tools.
no. You know what it is? That's what's the word? Those are characters. You understand what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
And to have players like that in your team, you need to have. That's why for me, I didn't rate Lopetegui because Lopetegui is a coward. The
Mm,
guy, even in Spain, he's now rated.
yeah.
You understand what I'm saying, right? This guy won
Hmm.
a Europa League with Sevilla, and Sevilla still sacked him this following season.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying, right? At the end of the day, he's a he bro. That's the thing with him, bro. He does not, bro. He's Spanish, but he doesn't play. He doesn't coach like a Spanish coach. You
Not
understand
at
what I'm
all.
saying, right? And you guys, when you hired him, for me, I was like, the only reason I could see them just hiring making sense is the owners just see him as a big name. Oh,
Yeah.
Lopetegui, former Spanish manager, former Real Madrid manager, former Europa League winner with Sevilla. Yeah, the resume sounds nice,
Mm,
but have you actually seen this guy manage? Like, don't
mm,
forget he was a Wolves. You understand what I'm saying, right? He
yep.
didn't pull any like he didn't pull any strings when he was a Wolves. He was there for one season and then he left. You
Yeah, he
understand
was.
what I'm
It
saying, right?
wasn't even that half a season. It was half a season. He was there from
But that's my
January.
point. But that's my point, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
actually ridiculous. And that's why for me, I've always been very, very confused when it comes to like, you know, the hiring of Lopetegui. But listen, now you're seeing it and now they're seeing it. But listen, at the end of the
Mhm.
day, we'll see what happens on Monday. Definitely gonna be keeping my eye on that game. Absolutely. But listen, I do want to get into some other games because I don't know if the rest
Mhm.
of the panel are gonna be here, but listen. Um Another game I would like to get into is the what did you think? Let's quickly go because I know this is directly related to your game this Monday. What did you think of? Did you see the Did you see the Everton Wolves game?
I saw the goals. I saw the goals.
Hmm.
Um. So I saw that former West Ham player Craig Dawson scored two own goals. That was ridiculous. I
Craig
haven't seen
Dawson
that in a
scored two goals.
while.
I saw one of them, but I didn't realize he scored two.
Yeah, he scored two own goals. Like how I've not seen a defender for a while score two own goals. Well, just a player in general score two own goals. It's been a few years. It's been a very long time. The thing is, it kind of sums up Wolves this season, and the reason why it's Gary O'Neill has a lot of PR because
Hmm.
he's a young English manager, but the guy was never ever good enough to manage in the Premier League in the first place. The reason why I say that is because even for Bournemouth, he did okay at Bournemouth. But that Bournemouth squad he had at the time was never meant to get relegated, and there was a reason why Bournemouth sacked him. It's because they saw Iriola on a free, and they were like, "We're going to pick him up." because
Hmm.
we want to go in. They want to go in the same model as the Brighton model. That's why they've recruited so well. They got new owners when Scott Parker got sacked, and they just let Gary O'Neill as the permanent job just to keep the like the ship sailing for a bit until the
Yeah.
rest of the season. But when Wolves hired him, obviously it was quick because Lopetegui walked out on them, the full circle moment and stuff like that. Like Lopetegui walked out and Gary O'Neill came in. But that was a quick like panic. Someone's free. He just recently managed in the Premier League sort of thing. Now Gary
Hmm.
O'Neill did decent. He did decent, but and to be fair to him, they dipped because their whole front three was injured for basically the rest of the season. Wolves last season, Cunha, Neto, and Hwang Chan. However,
Hmm.
when it comes to Wolves in general, they played three at the back a lot last season. Played three at the back a lot, and then he wanted to change to a four for whatever reason. I don't know why, but he wanted to change the whole system. He messed them up, despite the fact that they don't invest properly. Their board are terrible as well. Their chairman is terrible. They don't invest, and I get why Wolves fans are many angry at them. But also that squad, there's a lot more to get out of that squad than it being in the bottom three. Despite their defense not being like that good, there's a
Hmm.
lot more. That Strand Larsen's a good player. Like
Oh yeah,
Hwang
Stan
is still
Larson.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
Guedes is a good player. Bellegarde is okay. Andre's good. Lamina's a great player. Lamina was great for them last season, and he's kind of forced to play the back three right now. Nori is good in the back three. He's not a good left back in the back four. He can't defend to save his life. He's a good winger if he plays in the back four formation. Craig Dawson's an
Yeah.
experienced player. Semedo had a great season last season. Jose Sa and Johnston, they may not be the best. Johnston's not the best keeper, neither is Jose Sa, but they're decent enough for the Premier League. There's a lot more to get out of that squad than Gary O'Neill was setting out there. To concede four to Everton, Everton fans have been complaining about Sean Dyche all season. They're
Bro,
complaining about him
conceding
all season,
four.
and rightly so. And they conceded four to Everton. Don't score goals, bro.
That's the thing that got me, bro. The fact that they
Mm,
conceded not. I mean, listen, losing the game is not surprising because
mm.
they've been having a yo-yo for the season, right? But dude, losing conceding four to an to a Sean Dyche, bro. Sean Dyche doesn't score 4 goals in a game. I'm
No,
sorry,
he doesn't
this
intend
guy.
to.
That's my point. This guy only scores like what, a goal or two and just sits back.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you let him score four against you.
Mm,
Yeah, there's no excuses for that, man. At the end of
yeah.
the day, listen, at the end of the day, I can see why there's pressure on him. But listen, at the end of the day, we'll see what happens against you guys, man. Because like I said,
Mm,
it's two bums. It's just two bums playing each other, man. Like we'll just see
yeah.
who's just worse. But is it going to be playing in West Ham or in
Is that
Wolves?
is that our ground? Is that our ground?
Oh no. So I have a feeling you're going to win that game. No,
So do I. And I never think we're gonna win. So me saying that is mad. And I'm
that
going
different
to the
thing.
game. I'm going
Oh,
to the
you're
game.
going. Oh,
Yeah.
listen, we'll
I
see,
must
man.
got season ticket, unfortunately.
You can, you can,
So
you can, you
okay.
can, you're gonna be miserable either way because if
Oh
you
yeah, yeah.
lose, yeah, if you lose, you're gonna just get pissed off. But you're gonna be happy knowing that the manager will be sacked. But you'll be like, yeah, I'm still pissed off that we lost.
So
Or
if you
hmm,
lose, you win.
yeah, so
Basically, this
yeah,
is a
yeah.
game. If you lose, you win. I'm
And if
legit.
you
If
win,
we lose, I'll be happy.
and if you win, you lose. And if you win, you
Yeah, yeah,
lose.
yeah.
Yeah.
Legit. So both teams want to lose. Like in terms of like both fan bases, I will be so sarcastic if we lose. I'm just gonna be so sarcastic. Like, oh no, we lost. That's such a
Oh
shame.
no.
That's such a
Oh, I'm gonna
shame.
cry.
Yeah, like legit. I like short term pain for long term gain.
Nah, I hear it.
Rip the band-aid off this game. Just
Nah, I
lose the
hear
game.
it. I hear. But listen, very quickly, let's go to the next game I do want to talk about. This was actually a good game, and I feel like this game went under the radar a little bit. But Newcastle 3, Liverpool 3.
Mm, yeah,
Dude, that game was
bro.
sick. What a game that was. Obviously, goals from Alexander Isaac, Gordon, and Fabian Shaw with the late equalizer. And Curtis Jones, once again, man, having a good season, scored again in that game, and Salah with a brace.
Mm,
What did you think of the game, man? But before you do talk about it, let me just say my honest opinion on the game, okay? This looked like one of those games where when the game started, and I saw Liverpool go behind 2 times,
mhm.
and in my head I was thinking, this is gonna be one of those games, isn't it? This is gonna be the banana skin in the title
Yeah,
race. Because always every season you always have that game for every one of the teams who are on top,
yeah,
where you're gonna have banana skin game where you're gonna be like, oh yeah, this is where we slipped up and we lost
Hmm.
a game that we were supposed to win, but we lost. I remember last season, um, Arsenal they had it. I guess was it against you guys
Yeah,
or
yeah.
was
In
it
December, in
you
December,
guys? You guys beat them 1-0, right? Didn't you guys beat
beat
them
them 2-0
2-0? There you go. Yeah,
at their
one of
ground.
those. Funny enough, December as well. You understand what
Yeah,
I'm saying, right? Um, we saw it with Manchester City as well. I don't know who they did it against, but I'm sure
they
they
lost to
did it.
Wolves last season away when Rodri was
Exactly.
out for a bit.
That's what I'm saying, right? And I was looking at this. I was like, these guys. I just feel like they might lose this game. But listen, fair play to Liverpool. They continued digging deep, equalized,
Hmm.
actually took the lead, and
Yeah.
then they just slipped right at the end.
Hmm.
Fabian Shaw with the equalizer. But an amazing game for the neutral. But what did you think of the game?
Yeah, they. True it is. They. I think Slot for a very rare moment of him getting it wrong this season
Mm,
with playing Kwanzaa at right back and Gomez at centre back. It should really be the other way round because Kwanzaa isn't very good in wide areas, and well, he's not. He's very erratic in general. And Joe Gomez is very good at foot. Well, not very good at fullback, but he can fill in at fullback better than Kwanzaa can. Kwanzaa still, for me, not ready for this level. In my opinion, I don't know whether that's unpopular opinion, but he's quite erratic and he's quite weak and he's quite nimble for a centre back. In my opinion, I think he's decent on the ball. I think he's decent technically. I think the system and the players around him help before the odd game and for him to come on as a sub and see it out. But when he
mm.
starts, I don't think he should start in any big game. I think we saw this against Man United where he needlessly gave the ball away
You
last
think you think
season.
he should be playing Carabao Cup games,
Yeah, I think Carabao Cup games. Do you know when he came on against Man
FA Cup
City?
games? Yeah.
Yeah, when he came on against Man City, he did well because he
Mm.
came on off the bench. I don't think when he starts the big games, he should. Players like that should be starting Newcastle away. But I don't think it was solely him. Like McAllister, I don't think had the best of games. Um, I think I agree with that as well. By the way, like I think it's just a case of, but I don't think it actually means anything. And what I
Mm.
mean by that is, yeah, you may draw to Newcastle and Everton, but look at the role they've been on this whole season. It doesn't change anything for the bigger picture. It's just Slot's getting the best out of what he has right now. And I maintain everything I've said about Liverpool. They still need maybe one or two in January just to keep them going because they will eventually burn out with the squad they have when it comes to the role they're going on right now. They're still riding the wave as they're going on. Like
Hmm.
they beat Man City and Real Madrid in the same week. And the thing is as
Yes.
well, everyone's making a big deal out of it as well because as you know, as you support a club that's been at the top, and that's pretty much at
Mm.
the top, yeah. Once you're at the top, there's more haters. So as soon as Liverpool slip up a little bit, everyone's making an over exaggeration of it, even though they drew. The thing is with that game, Liverpool made some mistakes, but it was needless mistakes at the back. But they still know how to find a goal no matter what. I can't lie. Man City and Liverpool, no matter what form they're on, with the players they have and the managers they have, they're the last teams you actually want to be 1-0 or 2-0 up against because they will always find a way to break your soul when you're up against them. It
Oh,
doesn't
right.
matter. It doesn't matter, man. Because look at Salah, man. This guy, every time, every year, this guy rises to the big occasion. When Liverpool need him, he's always there. Or, especially in the Premier League. This guy's now 13 goals already. He's going to get 20 goals again
You
very
know,
easily.
and then you got players. You got people like Jamie Carragher calling him selfish, man.
Mm.
Can't
And like
can't
this is the
stand.
thing because
This
of
is
his
why I
confidence
can't
in his
stand some of these
career.
pundits, man. I swear to God, this is why I can't
Yeah.
stand these pundits. Because I was saying this even about my club. Because I was like, listen, if they started to give him a new contract, we should be looking at him as an option. I don't care that he's 33.
Yeah.
This guy
Yeah.
comes in at Barcelona, he's gonna be a quick solution, quick fix
Hmm.
straight into the team. You understand
Yeah,
what I'm
for
saying,
sure.
right?
Yeah.
And listen, at the end of the day, you just mentioned it, man. This guy he's their best player by far.
Oh
Turns up
yeah.
every single week, not only with goals now, but with assists. He's been a
Hmm.
menace on the pitch. Absolutely incredible, right?
Oh,
And
one of the goals he assisted. Which goal was it? I can't remember. It was the ball again. Every time it's the same through ball from the right hand side. Nobody can stop it. I think it might have been
mhm.
Curtis Jones. I'm not too sure. But one of the goals he just again like his creativity in these past couple of years that he's shown. He's evolved this game. But we never
Yes,
saw this
yes.
because of the system he was playing in. But he's playing more on the touchline now, less running inside necessarily. But we saw the goal for Gakpo against City, saw the goal against Newcastle. The
Yeah,
guy is
yeah,
just
yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
he's so creative. It's brilliant. Like the passes he finds, you can't leave anyone free in the box. I don't care who it is again when you're coming up against Liverpool. It doesn't matter. They all seem to know how to shoot. Even Curtis Jones has been brilliant. Like Szoboszlai has a shot on him. Like he's not the greatest to play, but he has a shot on him. McAllister has a shot on him. You can't leave
Mhm.
anyone free in the box. Anyone free in the box that play for Liverpool, they all can shoot. And
Right.
the thing is, every player contributes. I know Nunes isn't great at all. I don't rate him at all. But let's say Diaz, Gakpo, and Salah's the main three, while Jota's injured. Nunes can come in and maybe do a job for one game against one of the smaller teams.
Mhm.
Everyone rises to the occasion for Liverpool right now. Like, what's the greatest thing is when your team is on a roll
Mhm.
and you guys and like the fans and the manager and the coaching staff think they know what the best team is, and that best team is doing well. It
Mhm.
all comes push comes to shove when one of the fringe players comes in and they also rise to the same occasion. They also bring you the same level as some of the first teamers have. That's what we're seeing with Liverpool and like even at Chelsea, for example. Like some of the fringe players are coming in, they're doing the same job. But that's what you're seeing with Liverpool. Like, don't get me wrong, their squad still needs a couple upgrades here and there, but they're doing well for what they have. And for me, even though they drew with Newcastle, there's still a lot of positives you can take from that. Even if they draw to Everton, wouldn't panic too much. Wouldn't panic too much. They'll just carry on. You didn't lose. It psychologically ain't gonna really affect you that much. These players have been in before. It's the same squad. But the only thing is now, if it becomes a title race again, with a couple of teams catching up, what are you like in a title race? Because you haven't won a league when you're in a title race. That's what people are saying now. That's the narrative now. Because Arsenal and Man City are winning again. So if they come back and close the gap on you, how are you going to
Mhm.
react?
And that's why for me, I'm kind of looking at it and I'm like, you can look at it as 2 points dropped if you're a Liverpool fan, or you
Yeah.
can kind of look at it as, well, it's a 1 point game. You understand what I'm saying,
Mm.
right? Because if you're seeing like the form that I know, yeah, Arsenal kind of are back in form. City, they finally won a game against Nottingham Forest. It's
Mm-hmm.
looking great. However, if if we're gonna be frank, right?
Mm-hmm.
Those guys have had their rots, and we've seen them have their rots. Like we saw the Liverpool actually lost. You understand what I'm saying, right? I'm sorry,
Yep.
Arsenal lost against Newcastle, right?
Yep.
What's his name? Newcastle, Manchester City, right? Dropping points
True.
constantly. Like last,
Yeah.
bro, they went on like on a 6 games without winning, six, seven
Yep.
games without winning. You understand what I'm
Yep.
saying, right? So the fact that it shows their character that, listen, yes, we were not on it, we kind of fell off in this game,
Mm-hmm.
but we still left with a draw, we left with a point, and that's what is important.
Yeah.
We left with something, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
And at the end of the day, that's why I feel like, that's how champions are basically created. You understand what I'm saying, right? It's
Mm-hmm.
not always about, you know trying to always be on it every single game. Like, it would be great to be on it, but you're gonna have those games. Like, bro, even my club right now, right? We were riding high,
Mm-hmm.
clear of Real Madrid, 10 points clear, beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Football was looking beautiful and great, and then all of a sudden, boom, 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 boom. With 3 games in a row, no wins, and we
Mm-hmm.
go from being comfortable in the lead to now we're 1 point behind Real Madrid after the season
Mm.
they've had. You understand what I'm saying, right? Uh,
Yeah.
and I just feel like for Liverpool's sake, they need to go. Like they're playing Everton this weekend. I'm sorry, yeah, they're playing Everton, which is going to be a big game, huge
Yep.
game. You
Yep.
understand what I'm saying? Like there's a lot riding on it because, let's be real, and it's not just because West Everton won against Wolves. That's not why I'm saying that. It's because this is the last Merseyside derby in Goodison Park. They're
Yep.
not going to want to lose this final game, and Liverpool are going to want to go there to ruin this special moment. You understand what I'm saying,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah. Facts.
So it's going to be very, very, very interesting to see how Liverpool play in that game, because that's how I want to see. I want to see how they react to that game. You understand what I'm saying,
Mm-hmm.
right? But as far as Newcastle is concerned, man, this Eddie Howe guy, man, I do not know who you just don't know what to like, bro. I can't like, bro. If I'm not a betting man at all, right? But if
Mm.
I was, bro, I would never bet on Newcastle games because I would
Never.
not know what Newcastle team will ever turn up, man. What do you think
Yeah.
of them, bro? Because you guys beat them
Yeah.
right a week ago,
Yeah.
and they were looking peak, and then they
Bro.
and then they turned up and then scored 3 against the team that is basically challenging for the league title.
Yeah. Newcastle are a product of how stale they've become. And the reason why I say that is because they still have a lot of the core players that got them top four, but that's the problem. It's the exact same squad. It's the exact same squad with injuries. They did nothing in the transfer window. And the thing is, Eddie Howe knows what he knows. He evolved his coaching style, but at the same time, You've got pretty much got a similar squad. You've got the same style of play, but
Mhm.
that's the thing. Whenever these teams go away to Newcastle, they've still got the players to affect the opponents at home. So that's why a Joe Linton, a Gordon, a Willock, whoever it is, a Gimaresh, obviously, and an Isak, brilliant goal by the way from Isak. Like those players were always going to affect you at St James's Park because they always rise to the occasion, and that's one of the few home grounds in England in the Premier League that actually
Mhm.
have an atmosphere. So they'll
Yeah.
feed off the atmosphere. No, there's no other ground really in the Premier League. You can say Palace, but Palace have them ultras, and then they concede a goal and they go quiet again. With Newcastle, it's like an actual constant one. They're one of the few with the constant atmospheres, and they feed off that. It's just a case of, as you said, I know that's one of the teams you never bet on with Newcastle because you don't know what Newcastle's going to turn up because they have the same players. So you're going to see them have bad performances because we see the same thing over and over again. They become predictable, but also they have the same players that affected big teams at home. The Joe Lintons, as I said, the power, the pace, the transitions, the running in behind and stuff. It's just a case of they are a moments team now. They are just a moments team. They are distinctly average because their manager can't get any more out of them than he's already had. And also, the players can't go above what they've already done. Shout out to Godfrey as always. And the
Mhm.
players can't go beyond the levels that
Make
they
sure you
already
guys go subscribe to Mike's, guys.
appreciate people. Like the people like Gimarish and Isak, they're the only ones that can really go above what they are. The other players can't. They've done all they can. The Joe
Mhm.
Lintons, even the Gordons. Like Gordon had a good season, but Gordon is a top six player and maybe a squad player in a challenging top four side. That is it. Like these players can't go above what they are. So that's why you're seeing Newcastle become even stale at times, but also they give you a game at home. That's why, and especially when they have space. That's why they drew against Man City. That's why they beat Arsenal. That's why they drew
Mhm.
against Liverpool. They give everyone a game at home. They did give us a game at home, but they just look stale at that moment in time. That's just that's the Newcastle we've mainly seen this season. They also lost to Brighton at home. Sometimes it just
Oh yeah,
happens.
that's true. They did. They actually. That's the thing. You know, it's funny. We will get into this team I'm about to mention. But
Mm,
Spurs, you know how basically people are talking about Spurs. Bro, Newcastle is
yeah,
literally the same thing under Eddie Howe, right?
yeah,
They turn up in the games where you're like, yeah, they're gonna get battered, and then
mm,
when they play a team where you're like, all right, cool, man for man,
mm,
you guys can beat these guys at home. Let's see you do it. Like
hmm,
they completely shit the bed. It's
yeah,
incredible how they keep doing this every single time. And listen,
yeah,
at the end of the day, it is what it is. That's why for me it's like very, very weird to just watch them this season. It really is, honestly.
yeah,
Um, but yeah, listen, at the end of the day, I kind of look at this for me as a good point for Liverpool because it's just one of
yeah,
those games where I feel like it wasn't their day. You understand what I'm
mm,
saying, right? It wasn't their day, but it could have been much worse. Came from
fact,
behind two times, took the lead. Almost left the stadium with a win, but
yeah,
you did your thing, and then you actually ended up walking out with a draw, a point.
mm,
So
yep,
it's just a 1 point gain. You understand what I'm saying, right? But yeah, on just to continue, another game actually was happening at the same time was Southampton versus Chelsea.
mm,
Southampton won Chelsea 5.
yeah,
Yo, Maresca, man, he is the guy, isn't he, man? Like
yeah,
they've actually,
yes,
they finally, like how we just talked about your club, right? And how
hmm,
important a manager is.
hmm,
One thing about Liverpool, one thing about Chelsea has always been their recruitment. They always are
hmm,
recruiting, signing and signing and signing players, but then they didn't hire the right managers, i.e.,
yeah,
Graham Potter, i.e., Pochettino.
hmm,
But now they finally gotten the right guy.
they have, yeah,
They finally gotten the right guy, and now he's getting the best out of this team.
yeah,
And bro, Chelsea are back. I'm not even gonna lie,
hmm,
because I've been taking my time when it comes to Chelsea. I've not really been, too. How do I put it? I've been impressed with them, but I've not really wanted to say much because I'm like, listen, I want to give him time because he's still,
hmm,
we need to give them more time. But now I'm kind
hmm,
of looking at it now and I'm like, bro, these guys are ridiculous.
yeah,
Like these guys are ridiculous. These guys are scary, man. People need to
mm,
start putting some respect. I know people are gonna say, "Oh, it's just something." No, watch these guys this season, man. They're the closest
yeah,
thing. Oh, I did like on a real, very quickly, Mikes.
yeah.
Do you think that Chelsea are in the title race this season, or do you think they're just vibing along?
Um, I think a lot of people are just going to go purely off points. If you want to go purely off points, then cool, you can say they are. But I think for us to really know if they're in a title race or not, it's mid to end of February for me. And the reason why I say that is because they're new to this part of the title race. They're not new to title races in general because they're Chelsea. And we're not talking about, obviously, as you said, we're not talking about this game specifically because everyone goes through Southampton, the slag of the Premier League. But my thing is with Chelsea is that we're talking about them as the full season. How they've played in a full season, they've been very consistent, very, very consistent. And
Mm.
I say mid to late February, you will see if they're in a title race or not. Because even with like the Christmas schedule, we've
Mhm.
seen new managers before, like with new teams. They're usually in this. They can be in this part of the league at this time of the season. However, when it comes to February, March, April, are you still there? Most of the time they're not. I wouldn't say they
Mm.
need January signings either, but my thing is,
Nah.
my thing is can you still coach your team and expect and demand the same expectations and have the same demands and for them to give you the same energy and the same performances throughout all that time to February? If they can, you're in a title race because there's a lot of teams petering off. We're not seeing the best of Man City. We're not seeing the best of Arsenal. And we might not even see the best of Liverpool by the time of February. We don't know what's going to happen. I'm not going to jump the gun and say they're in a title race as of yet. Nor do I think
Mm.
people should be like without banter. People should be pinning expectation on them because a lot of the because as some Chelsea fans have even said, and they're right to say this, no one expected them to be here. Now you're
No, of
Chelsea.
course.
We demand it we demand it as like you are a big club. You should be at this part, but maybe not now. Maybe not in this season. Like we probably next season if they keep going in the same trajectory that they are. But if we still see them on a similar points tally and a similar points gap at the end of February, then they definitely are. I'm just impressed with how he's coaching. What I'm really impressed with Maresca is the way he's like rotating players, resting players, game management, time management, and also how honest he is. I knew how honest he was in press conferences because I watched the championship, so I knew
Mhm.
what he was like already when at Leicester City and stuff. He was like very like had his chest out all the time. Like like if people remember that Leeds interview, like people were talking about Leeds versus Leicester, and they were like, "It's a big game for both of you." No, he was like, "No, it's a big game for them. It's not a big game for us." That's what the guy he's like, but he's not doing it to be like a B Tech Mourinho or anything. He's doing that because that's who he is. But
Right.
that's the kind of character you need to be of a manager of Chelsea, a manager of Arsenal, a manager of Liverpool, whoever it is in the big six. That's the kind of managers you need. That's why Chelsea fans were complaining about Graham Potter all those years ago, because the guy didn't give you that same character. And they were really pissed off at his press conferences. It's important. That's why people like Tuchel so much in Chelsea. That's why people like Mourinho and Conte so much. It's them kind of characters. Maresca isn't a Mourinho or Conte as of yet. He's very early into his management career. But these are the kind of signs that could show how good of a manager you can be. And it's like people like Sancho, for example. He's getting the best out of Sancho when he's
Yes.
playing. I really like Jadon Sancho. I've always liked Jadon Sancho, and I thought he's one of the most scapegoated players in the Premier League when he was at Man United because people
Mhm.
just wanted to have a name to blame. You see him at Chelsea, he will be fine at Chelsea because he's in an environment where he can play his football. He's a combination player. He likes to play football. He likes his freedom. He can play on both sides of the wing. He's also got a changing room there where he actually knows some of the players already. Like he's
And
probably quick.
and
He's cool
also
with the pub
he's
already.
and he's got a manager who trusts him.
Yeah, exactly.
He,
He trusts you like them youth
listen.
players as well.
I said this about Sancho, and I was like, listen. Everything I've seen from Sancho's career, especially at Manchester United, has been manager after manager after manager, and nobody actually giving him opportunities,
Mm.
right? Because
Yep.
the only time I saw him get an opportunity is when he left the club going to on loan to Dortmund. And
Yeah.
he went to Dortmund and he instantly killed it the moment he went back.
Yep.
Right?
Look like
People
himself
thought
again.
that, looked at him like himself again. And I looked at his move to Chelsea, and I said, at Chelsea, Maresca is going to play attacking style of football, and they're going to actually play him. He's going to be in an
Mm-hmm.
environment where he's not going to, like, bro, the environment at United was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas at Chelsea, he would be in a great environment to just play
Mm-hmm.
his, Chelsea, just be in a great environment to play his game. You understand what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Which is all he needs. You
Mm-hmm.
understand what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
And look at him since he's arrived, right? Getting assist, going back to what he's good at, right?
Yep.
Producing chances, creating chances, scoring goals.
Mm-hmm.
And this is why, for me, I don't think that Chelsea are in the title race as well. But
Hmm.
if I'm going to be very frank with you, if I'm going to be very frank with you, Mikes,
Hmm.
I've said this so many times with Chelsea, even back when they had like Potter and Pochettino, right? Where I said, this overbuying these players that they're buying, squad
Hmm.
depth, if they hire the right manager, they're going to be scary. I want you to
Yeah.
understand that.
Yeah.
Because they're not just buying players for the sake of buying. They're buying players at a very, very good age range, which means they will take their time, they will
Hmm.
adapt into a new manager style, and they will have a
Hmm.
lot of time to play with each other as a team,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And I said that if once they got that manager who is going to
Mm-hmm.
bring the best out of the players and fix a system where all the players can all fit into that right system,
Hmm.
it's going to be mad for everyone.
Yeah.
And you're seeing it now. And
Hmm.
and listen, Chelsea's owners need to be given a lot of credit. I know they got a lot of criticism,
Yep.
but whoever was the one who saw Maresca at Leicester and thought, out of all the managers, thought, yeah, this is the guy who's going to bring us to the next level. Forget
Hmm.
about all the big names in Europe right now. We're going to
Hmm.
go for Leicester's, for this manager who's in the second division, because we believe that this guy will be the guy to bring us to where we need to be. He will be the one to build a system,
Mm.
fix a system that will work out. Because you remember when they hired Maresca, everyone was saying, oh, but they have a lot of big players. Will these players want to listen to a manager who managed in the championship? Bro, look at what
Take the risk.
Maresca did when he arrived.
Mm.
Maresca arrives, get rid of Sterling, get rid of a lot
Yep.
of these players that he didn't want. Because he felt
Yep.
like, yeah, these players are not going to do, they're probably not going to either listen to me or they're not going to work in my system or they're just going to disrupt the team. Right?
Yeah.
Got rid of him. Right? And now he's built a system with a bunch of young players who are eager to succeed at the club.
Hmm.
And the thing is, like I just mentioned, they have an incredible squad depth.
They
Their
do.
squad depth is crazy. That's why I'm like, bro, they don't need to go to the window.
No.
They don't need to sign players. And also, injuries doesn't necessarily, like I would say the only place in the team where I'm like injuries might disturb them will probably be in defense. You understand what I'm saying, right? In the
That
defense.
or maybe Jackson. I know they've got Nkunku, but it's just Jackson's so key to them,
No,
and Nkunku isn't.
I agree, but Nkunku is not a bad option to have if you lose
Yeah.
Jackson. You understand
Yeah.
what I'm saying, right? I'm just kind of looking at it. I'm like, if they played Desasi and what's his name,
Buddy and
Toby?
Shield.
No, 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 no,
I'll,
no.
t- I'll toss it around bio.
Tosin, yeah, Tosin, right?
Yeah.
And he played, and the partnership was great. And Desasi obviously scored yesterday in the game, but I like, and also if you look at like the wings, you've got, we talk about Sancho, but you've got players like Felix, like Madueke, and Coco
Hmm.
Palmer is in the team as well. You understand what I'm
Yeah.
saying, right? I mean, he's been in a bad form, but he came back, got a goal in that game.
He's
Um,
picked up again.
but look, I'm gonna be very honest with you, man. People need to start taking this Chelsea team seriously. I don't know about this season, but I feel like Maresca is building something with this Chelsea team. And if they challenge for the league this season, now win it. But if they challenge this season, I think
Mm-hmm.
next season is gonna be peak.
Yeah.
Because I'm telling you, man, like there's gonna be like I feel like we're seeing more title challenges now. Because
Yeah.
before it was just Arsenal and City. I feel like Liverpool, they are not dead yet, especially under slot. They've
Definitely
shown
not.
that slot seems to know slot seems to be the right appointment, and he's going to take them to
Hmm.
the next level. You understand what I'm saying, right? Chelsea
Yep.
under Maresca, they look like they've hired a great manager.
Hmm.
United, I know they're poor, but Amorim, if he's given the back, if they back him,
Yeah. If
if
they back
you're
him.
the right, yeah, if they back him and get the right players,
Hmm.
oh, we could see a very interesting title challenge in the next few seasons. I
Hmm.
don't know. Next season, I think that if they continue like this, Chelsea will still be there. Liverpool will be there. City will have to rebuild this summer. You
Yeah. Yeah.
understand
Of
what I'm saying?
course.
They need to
Yeah.
rebuild because this team is completely finished. If they
I
come,
think.
if they don't rebuild next season, bro, they're gonna fall off like they're falling off
Yeah.
this season.
I think Chelsea will replace Arsenal for next season. I think Arsenal will peter off just because their
Yeah,
recruitment's
Chelsea.
terrible.
No, I agree with that point because I know people are kind of looking at Arsenal and saying, "Oh yeah, Arsenal in good form. Arsenal in good form." Nah, you know what it is, bro. I'm sorry. If they don't win a trophy this season, they will lose one of their key players.
I don't even know.
Salim. No, no. Mike's, listen to what I'm telling you. Think about it. Three
Real Madrid.
seasons in a row. 3 seasons in a row, no trophies.
Oh yeah, of
Title
course. Yeah,
check.
yeah.
3 seasons in a row, you don't win a trophy, you are gone. They're gonna like at the end of the day. I'm sorry, Saliba is wanted by Real Madrid. Real Madrid. I want you to understand, Mike. Real
Bro, I,
Madrid
I
right now.
know.
Real Madrid's biggest weakness right now. You know where it is?
Centre
It's in
back.
defense,
Yeah,
center
yeah.
back and midfield, center midfield.
Mm.
They need a center back because Alaba looks like he's done. You understand what
Yeah.
I'm saying, right?
They got that Asensio guy.
Rudiger, yeah, that's Asensio guy, but he's young, right? He's gonna be one of
Mm.
those players, future players. You understand what I'm saying, right?
Hmm.
But you've got Asensio. Rudiger is not going to be playing in the top
No.
for too long. And then Militao has suffered an ACL injury, so I
Yeah,
feel bad for
long
the
day.
kid. You understand what I'm saying,
Yeah,
right? Like,
yeah.
the Real Madrid are going to go to the transfer market, and you've already
Mm.
seen they're already talking to Saliba. They're
Yeah.
already talking like like, I'm not saying they're talking directly to Saliba, but I mean like the links to Saliba is already started. And I know,
Hmm.
and you know, Saliba is going to be regarded in his options at the end of the season. Because if he says, "Yo, I've been here 3 seasons, we've challenged 3 seasons, and we still not won anything," I'm sorry, he will be looking at that Madrid move because Madrid are building something. I know right now this season is not looking great for them, but it's Madrid. It is
Yeah, it's still
Madrid
Real
at the
Madrid.
end. Yes. So this season is the do or die season for Arteta. This is why they need to win. For Arteta's sake, he needs to win. He needs to win either the league. Like, I'm sorry, he needs to win something at the end of the season. If he wins nothing, they will
Yeah.
lose players.
Can,
They
can, can I be
will.
honest? It's not. It's
Mm.
not even enough if he wins the Carabao Cup. It's not enough. It's
No,
not even. It's not
and
even.
that's why I
It's not,
said that, and that's why I'm talking about trophies. Don't get it twisted. When I say win, I mean win as in he needs to win
big
something
thing.
for his sake. You understand what
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
saying,
yeah. Of
right?
course, yeah.
But I feel like for me, in order to keep some of the players that they have now, you're right. They need to win one of the big trophies.
And also, even if like my whole thing is with the Saliba thing. Also, I haven't looked at his contract. I haven't looked on the amount of years he had left. So regardless when he wants to go to Real Madrid, Arsenal are still they're going to be desperate to hold on to because they don't replace well. Whoever's replacing Saliba is going to be 10 times, 100 times worse than whoever like comes in. Whatever. Yeah. My whole thing is their recruitment is terrible as well. So regardless, even if Saliba stays, with Chelsea's recruitment and Chelsea's trajectory, they will overtake Arsenal next season. And the thing is as well, what I'm going back to Chelsea just real quick, the ownership, yeah.
Mm.
When you said the ownership don't get enough credit, how many times have we heard the difference between an ownership that's like we're building for the next 10 years and all that, yeah, and buying young players? Chelsea are not doing just that, yeah. Chelsea are trying to dominate now and later.
And build the
That
future.
yeah, yeah,
Yes.
legit. Because the only thing is that's stopping them, as you said, was the manager. Because players like Caicedo are young, but they're ready for now. Players like Enzo Fernandez are young, but they're ready for now. Cole Palmer is young, ready for now. Jackson is the same, and they've got a coach to exceed them. So they're trying to dominate for the next few years. That's why it's scary for me. And I don't like admitting that. I don't like either of them two London clubs. But it's scary. I have to look at it objectively. Like they're going to be trying to challenge because that's what the ownership were brought here to do anyway. You got to understand, Roman Abramovich didn't just sell it to anyone. This is Roman Abramovich who actually wanted to win. And he sold it
Oh,
to an
but that,
ownership that also
speaking of
want to
Chelsea,
win.
but yeah, speaking
This guy
speaking
with
of
fucking
Chelsea,
shades.
listen, he had to like that's why I was just about to actually move to the next one, but yeah, he actually pulled up right before we were about to move on. But listen, I'm sure you've been hearing what we've been saying, sending the praises to your club, and quite rightfully so, because yeah, you guys do deserve a lot of praises this season, right?
No, no, we don't. No, we don't. No, we don't.
No, 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 no. Prime. Maybe you can tell this to other people, but listen, you know me, bro. I'm not one of those people that was
We're,
doubting you
we're,
guys this
we're,
season.
we're just a, listen, I'm just a chill guy, man. A chill
No,
guy.
I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure you are. I'm sure you are, buddy. I'm sure you are. But look,
Listen,
look.
listen,
But listen,
we're in a mid-table battle, bro. Let's just
no,
chill.
no, 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 no. Less of that, okay? No, no, no,
What?
no, 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 no. Don't,
Okay.
don't, 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 don't come here with that. No, listen. Don't do that. Don't
No.
do that. Don't do that. This guy coming
Nah,
here
nah,
with this.
listen. I have to be consistent, man. We're in a mid-table battle. Let's just chill. Maybe we'll get top four. Who knows?
No, bro. Don't do that. This guy,
Listen,
man.
Man United just got one of the best managers in the world in Amarim. They're gonna overtake us soon, so it's fine.
This guy. Hey, listen, Nick has a question for you before you do continue. He says, "Would you say Chelsea would finish? Would you say Chelsea would at least finish third? At least," he's saying. On a real.
Keep my club's name out of your mouth. Keep my club's name out of your mouth, bro. Oh wait, who does Nick support? Who does Nick support?
Yo, Nick, who do you support, Nick?
Yeah. Keep my club's name out of your mouth. We're not third. Listen, double.
Good.
What's double three? That's six. That's where we're going for, bro. Sixth, man. Just chilling. Yeah, that's what we're going. Hey, listen, we're just going for. We're going for fifth.
You know what?
Sixth.
Right? I swear to God, right, Mike. You know who he sounds like right now, right? You know when Pochettino was at Tottenham, right? And every time they would talk about title challenge, he's like, "Yeah, we're just winning. We're playing one step. I'm very happy. We're just winning one game at a time.
I'm the chill guy.
That's the prime right now. Prime. Don't do that, bro. Listen,
Pepsi's a poch, bro. I wouldn't have that.
I'm a
Pepsi's
chill.
poch.
I'm a chill. Listen.
Yeah.
Look,
Yes.
Omar's luck. I know Omar just insulted me, but he's lucky I'm a chill guy. So I'm a chill guy.
I'm insulting you, am I?
Yes, compare me to Poch as an insult, but I'm just a chill guy. I'm just chilling.
Okay.
I'm enjoying. Hey, are we in a title race? No, but listen, let's just enjoy. Go talk to Arsenal fans. Why are they underperforming? Go talk to Man City. Go talk to Liverpool because they must win this league now. Talk to them. Don't talk to me. Okay? Listen, I shouldn't be in the club. I snuck in somehow, and I'm just chilling in the corner. Don't expect me to go pull a 10 out of 10 baddie, bro. I'm not expected to pull baddies. Okay? I don't have the bank account for that this season. Next season, maybe, but now I don't have the bank account for that, bro. Just let me chill.
Zia wants you to take responsibility, man. Stop this whole chill.
For what?
Chill guy, man. What is all this chilling about?
I'm a chill guy.
But yeah, listen. But listen. If let's on a real, right? Prime.
I was being real, but okay.
No, hey, listen. All right, whatever, bro.
No, okay, okay. Sorry, You want to be honest? Serious conversation here. Fine.
Okay, no. Okay, so listen. But on a real, listen. I will say this, right? Because we've been talking since the beginning of the season, right? Right, and I know what your expectation was this season. You know, you were not really you kind of looked at it as, listen, it's a new manager, you're going to give him time. You understand what I'm saying, right? To build, basically, build this team to his whatever like identity he wants. You understand what I'm saying, right? And look, at the end of the day, let's all be real. No one in this panel, nobody expected this Chelsea team to be where they are right now. You understand what I'm saying, right? We just expected them to maybe have. No, but Prime, let me just say this, right, before I'll let you go on. But my honest expectation of Chelsea was, I think that Chelsea had a good team, right? And I do believe, and I believed, right, that you guys would have a good season. I was like, listen, if they have a good season, they could challenge for top 4. You understand what I'm saying, right? That was my expectation, right? But I was looking at it as well. They could just get Europe. Maresca could just maybe deal with Europe this season, and maybe next season is when they will finally see what Maresca is building. You understand what I'm saying, right? But this season he's exceeded my expectations, right? Right? I'm not one of these people where I'm like, yeah, you guys are challenging for the league, this and this and this. Look, I just asked Mike the question where I was like, listen, when do you think it would be more comfortable for people to start saying that Chelsea are challenging for the league? Not Chelsea fans, but for people, right? And he said February. If you guys are in February and you're still like close to the title race, you understand what I'm saying, right? Then maybe there would be a conversation of could they get it done at the end of the season. You understand what I'm saying, right? But for me, the biggest praise I will give your club and I would give to your manager is, right? It was a genius idea. You understand what I'm saying, right? It's one of the best decisions your owners have made, right? Your owners have made a lot of bad decisions, right? But the fact that they saw Maresca, right? And out of all the managers after Pochettino, like getting it wrong with Pochettino and Graham Potter, right? For them to come in and then get this guy from the championship, I know he was at Leicester, did well, got him promoted, that's all great and good, right? But to take him from a promoted team and say, okay, We want you to come to Chelsea Football Club and actually build this team under your identity. You understand what I'm saying, right? And then he just come in and just like that, he's giving you guys a style. And let's be real, this is the one thing as Chelsea fans, like for me, I feel like this is what was missing from your club. I said this to you, Prime, at the start of the season. I said, listen, your recruitment has been great. I like the way you guys have been recruiting players, right? You've been recruiting a lot of great young players who have high potential, right? And also you've been signing players who are the right age to be able to work under a system. You understand what I'm saying, right? And all you need is the right manager. And I feel like when you get that right manager, you will get to where you guys are going to get, where you're going. And I feel like Maresca has kind of been, he's been the guy who's been able to like mold this team to whatever he's trying to build. But yeah, man, that's what I personally think. But go ahead, Prime. The floor is yours.
What's your question?
No, look, Mike. Okay, all right. Let me phrase it. My question. I have two questions, right? And this is me being honestly real with you, right? Do you think that you guys are in a title race, or when do you, Prime, you, not Chelsea fans, but you, right? When will you look at the team this season? How far do you think the team needs to go before you start believing that bringing the title home could be a possibility? And two, how impressed have you been with Maresca this season?
I'll answer the second question first.
Go ahead.
I have been impressed with him tactically, how he's keeping some of his core principles.
No, Nick, before you continue, Prime, Nick just says, "Yeah, I don't tie myself to one club."
Who did you dump? Which club did you dump 20 years ago? Then that's what I want to know.
Yeah. Who did you?
Man left his club.
Wait, hold on. He said 20 odd years ago. He's an Arsenal fan. He's an Arsenal fan.
Oh, okay. All right. There we go. Makes sense. All right, bro. Go ahead.
20 odd years ago, they got to a Champions League final 2006. Henry missed 3 big chances in the final. Then he left. Yes, he's an Arsenal.
Actually, that's crazy. That's 8. That's 18 years ago, bro. It feels like just yesterday for me, man. It's gonna be 18 years ago, right? Think about that, guys. If you were born the year that Champions League, bro, you're at a legal age to drink in the US.
Hey, Nick, tell me if I'm wrong, bro. You are an Arsenal fan. That's the only big event that happened around that time.
Oh yeah, he says, nah, never Arsenal.
He said he's 40.
Yeah, I just saw that.
Okay. Well, yeah, Chelsea. I'm in terms of how we've been tactically this season, I'm happy. He's kept some of his principles from what he did at Leicester last season, but he's also been willing to to adapt tactically in certain game situations. We're not as rigid as I would expect us to be. Like when people are talking about, student of Pep, when you look at Arteta as a model for what I thought Maresca would be, I thought he would be a lot more structured in player positions, but he's given Palmer a bit of freedom at times in certain games to play in. He's given some of the players freedom to express themselves within the system, which is a good thing. That's not something that Arteta and Pep do to their forward-thinking creative players. I don't think there's been any game this season he's got outclassed in. We played Liverpool. I think we were the better team on the day. But you could maybe arguably say Slot got the better of him. But I think how he's managed to use our squad, we have a good squad in terms of depth, like numbers-wise and quality. And the fact that he's able to get the best out of players, being able to push them, demanding more from them. For example, demanding more from Reece James as a captain. Then he plays against Newcastle and he puts in a man-of-the-match performance. Demanding more from Levi Colwill. He's been, in my opinion, one of the best centre-backs in the Prem so far this season. I've not watched every Premier League game. I'm just going off of the games I've seen. So, from other teams. But yeah, Palmer, people talk about Palmer underperforming, which I don't understand. Like, barring the GA, Palmer has been very, very good this season. I just think he's playing a different.
But you see, but you know what it is, Prime. You know, but Prime. We know, bro. People don't watch games anymore, man. They,
Yeah,
they, they,
which
they,
is fine.
they
Like,
don't, bro. They check the results, see who scored, and then they'll be like, oh,
yeah,
Palmer went 2
which is
games without
fine. Like
scoring, or Palmer went
he's
4 games without scoring.
up until the last couple of games, he's been like used to play a lot deeper to conduct the play because Enzo obviously hasn't been playing in the main 11. I said Cole has been one of the best in the Prem, which again just
One of
based off
you
games
didn't
I've
say he was
seen.
the best.
But yeah, Madueke has looked good at certain parts, a bit poor in certain other parts. But again, he's also young. Maresca's trying to develop him. Mudryk has looked very good when he's played in the Conference League. And yes, people can say it's Conference League. Those are the minutes he's been getting, and he's been trying to make the most out of it. Jackson's been amazing.
Yeah,
His finishing, has just different. He's not. That's the big thing that's improved. His finishing and his confidence is different level. Some of the finishes he's pulled off this season, just because
I would love Nicholas Jackson if he chose to play for Gambia over Senegal, man. I would be such a shameless fan. I'd be like, Jackson, let's go, this and this, because he is Gambia. He was born in my country, but
yeah.
he decided to play for the Alps, so whatever, man. Screw him.
Yeah. And even certain signings that I wasn't too fond of, like Sancho, I was a bit like wary of him.
Hey, I told you about him, didn't I?
He has.
Listen.
I think
I told you, bro. I told you,
is
man.
it like 7 assists or something, or 7 goal contributions?
Bro, Prime. I told you this, man. On this channel, when we literally had a debate, I told you, yo, this guy is coming to a better environment at Chelsea. He's not gonna have the same problems he had at United.
I know.
Where he didn't have a manager.
A lot of people were saying that to me, but I was like,
but that's the thing, because you know why I said that? Because but here's the thing, Prime. The reason I told you that is because I told you when we saw this guy went to Dortmund, where there was no, he was under a good environment, he was under a good manager. You understand what I'm saying? Right? Who backed him and everything. Yeah. He actually did well. You understand what I'm saying? That's why for me, I said, listen, if Maresca gives him that same environment, you will see the same Sancho because he's shown that he can. But United, he never had that. And now you see it, bro. Hey, yo, big up Northside, man. Big up to Northside every single time for the raid.
Big up Northside. But also part of why I wasn't looking forward to the signing, and also of Felix as well, was because the way Maresca used
King, if you want the link, I would send it to you, bro. Because I do want to ask you. We haven't touched on the Arsenal game yet. But
the reason was because the way Maresca used his wingers last season, the way he used Fatawu and Mavididi as like touchline wingers, very direct. Sancho isn't really of that mold, so I was wondering, would he kind of struggle because he doesn't want to use Palmer as a winger? He would rather Palmer be more central, and I kind of, not saying Palmer and Sancho are kind of the same player, but I don't view Sancho as a touchline winger, so I don't think that would make sense. But it has worked this season. He's provided key assists for us in the Prem. The winner against Bournemouth came from him. So, yeah, I've been very, very impressed with how the season's gone. Now, it only looks even more impressive because of where we are in the table. Because let's just be honest, like, if City and Arsenal were performing as they should be, Chelsea would be in 4th and no one would be saying title race. The only reason why people are saying title race is because of City and Arsenal underperforming. And as good as Liverpool have been, I don't think they've been like lights out brilliant. I think they performed to a 7.5 or 8 out of 10 so far.
That's fair. That's fair.
Now, title race. Are we currently in a title race? Maybe mathematically, but realistically, no. Can we sustain this title race? I don't know. Like the type of person I am, I only put my club in conversations for trophies that I genuinely believe we can win. So I still see this, and I've been saying this since the start of the season. City will go on and win this league. I still see it as that. I don't trust Liverpool. I don't. I've been saying this. I don't trust Liverpool in crunch time. They've not gotten over the line in a title race. I still see this as a title race between
I don't think this is
Liverpool,
gonna
City, and
happen.
Arsenal.
Yeah.
So, but again, let's assume City and Arsenal are still doing this for the rest of the season. Chelsea, we have I think 8 games left until we play City at the end of January. If we
Oh,
win all
okay.
those 8 games, which we should, right? Even
Mhm.
with it being the Christmas break, we have enough in rotation to be able to win all of those games. The only difficult test now is Brentford because they're in a good run of form. Although we play Brentford at the bridge, so that should actually help us because they're poor away from home. And then we play
Right.
Everton, which we have a poor record against them. If we win, if we get through that and we face City, regardless of the form City are in,
Mhm.
if we beat City, like, and I mean a comfortable, convincing performance, not just a fluke win. If we beat
Mhm.
City and we're still in it mathematically, then yes. However, like, there's still other things for me, I personally need to think about. I don't
Mm.
trust Sanchez. He's the worst goalkeeper in this league. If we can
Yep.
upgrade
Oh
on
yeah,
him,
I've heard a
Facts.
lot of people. Listen. I was actually on. I was watching you on Casual City FC.
yeah,
Shout out to my guy Marshall. Make sure you guys go subscribe to Casual FC, guys. You guys did say that. I think was it you or was it Roberto who said it? He was like, you guys, that's gonna be the reason why you guys are not gonna win it because Robert Sanchez is one of the worst
I,
goalkeepers in the
I,
league or
bro,
something like
I
that.
said when the season, before the season started, that we would challenge for top four, but finish fifth because if everyone else, because the way I did my predictions, I didn't just go based on Chelsea's best case scenario. I went with everyone else's best case, or at least most realistic case scenario. Chelsea will
Mhm.
finish fifth because I think Sanchez will cost us more games. And I didn't fully trust the Fofana Cole partnership. Cole has impressed me this season. Fofana, considering how long he was out with his injury, he's impressed me. I'm actually surprised that Reese has picked up 2 injuries and Fofana only now has been out with an injury. So
Yeah.
that's surprised me. But regardless, if I don't know, it's the big thing is Sanchez. If he gets dropped for Jorgensen, who I do trust, I don't think he's world class or anything, but I think he's very competent.
Mhm.
Or we go out there and we get someone in January, maybe potentially get a center back or a backup striker, someone with aerial threat.
Mhm.
I don't know, maybe, but I don't want to do, and I'm so happy our fans haven't done this yet. I don't want to do the Arsenal thing where we've won a few games, we've we've scored a few goals. Now all of a sudden we're going to win the league because we're within touching distance, and then we fall off in March, and then everyone wants to freak out and start blaming everything. No, I just want to wait and see. If we're within touching distance come that City game and we beat them, and
Mhm.
maybe we've made improvements in January. If the team and the manager wants to go for it, I agree. They should
Mhm.
go until you fall off, potentially. But from my perspective, I don't know. I won't truly believe. I need to see that City game because we still haven't won a big game yet. I need to see that City game. I need to see what happens there. But I don't know. We'll see because Liverpool have to play in Europe. Potentially, they can get semi-finals of the Champions League. City, I think same thing. They can go far as well.
Mhm.
Um, you also have Arsenal, who they're going to get knocked out by this round of 16 or quarterfinals, so
Yeah.
they'll have time in the Prem. So
Oh,
it's
are you
I
talking
don't
about
know.
the FA Cup, FA Cup or Champions League?
No,
Champions League.
Champions League.
In the
So
round
I
of
don't
16?
know.
It's
Okay.
Arsenal,
I
bro.
think yeah. So round of 16 quarterfinals. Let's be honest.
I
So
agree.
just realistically, and
Mhm.
yes, we play Conference League, so we're going to be rotating. I get that, but once we
Mhm.
get to the latter stages, once we get to the quarterfinals and beyond, I
Mhm.
expect some of our heavy hitters to be playing those rounds just to make sure we like secure it. Because Fiorentina will be difficult playing in there, and you also have teams in the Conference League knowing that Chelsea is their cup final. We've seen it when we played Servette in the qualifier round. and how they were able to. I think they beat us in the second game, but we still went through on the goals that we scored. Like teams will give us a test. Heidelheim gave us a test, and they are 15th, and they haven't won a game since September. So,
oh my days! Wow.
in the league. So I just think it's a thing of it's going to be a very interesting season. If I say we're in a title race and we don't win it, will I be disappointed? Kinda, but I won't be like mad or furious. I'll be kind of proud because I can see the potential and growth for the future.
Right.
But listen, I'll accept title talk from you guys because we're having an actual conversation. But from Arsenal fans and Liverpool fans, they only want to put us in this conversation.
Yeah, because so that when they crash and
they know they know they won't win the league. So what they want to do is when they fail, they want to put Chelsea in it. They know City will still. They know deep down City will still win the league. Because if they believe they could get over the line, why mention Chelsea? Liverpool are top. They have the best player in the world right now in Salah. They have the best centre back. They have Trent. They have Alisson is out, but Kelleher, people are saying, is the best goalkeeper in the league. Slot has been the best manager in the league so far. Why can't they win it? Why are they looking at Chelsea? Why are Arsenal fans? You've got a generational manager. You've got the best £100 million midfielder we can find, but the best right winger in the world. Havertz is the second best striker in this league. You have the best centre back partnership, and then you have a killer tactic from set pieces. Why can you not go win it? Why does it have to be Chelsea we need to speak about? Because if I said start of the season Chelsea are in a title race, everyone would laugh at me. If I said when we lost at Anfield, if I said we're in a title race, everyone would say you just had a good manager bounce at the start of the season. Wait until December and assess.
Right.
So why are we now saying Chelsea are in a title race? We haven't beaten anyone. We haven't beaten any big team yet, by the way. We couldn't beat Man United when they were shit. We couldn't beat a shit Arsenal side. We couldn't beat Liverpool. And we couldn't beat City opening day of the season when we know City start the season slow. We haven't beaten a big side yet. We beat Villa, but they've been poor, so people won't give us credit for that. And Spurs don't count as a big game. So we haven't until we play City in the end of January, we wouldn't have beaten anyone. So for me, I need to wait for that. I need to see that City game. I need to get through this run and play that City game because I'm expecting City to get back into this title race. So from my perspective, if we can beat City who are on form, then fine, we have to be in it. But I don't think that we will. I think we'll lose that game. And I think City will just go on and win the league. But regardless of what happens, I've not been excited for a season since we appointed Tuchel. I've not been excited for a Chelsea game or for a manager, bro, since 2021. And that died off after we won the Champions League because 2021-22, I didn't call us for a title race. I said we didn't have the squad to do it. This season, I still don't think we'll do it, but at least I'm a lot more confident now. I trust these players. I trust the manager. I trust every game we go into. So I'm just happy. I'm a chill guy. I'm just trying to enjoy the season for what it is first before next season we put expectations on. Listen, Chelsea are a small club, man. We're a fake club. We're a plastic club. Let's just enjoy the season first, and then next year you can put me in conversations.
That's why I did. That's why I like when you mentioned the whole December thing when you were talking about if people would have just said it's just a new manager bounce. That's why I said February. If they're still there by mid to end of February, we can discuss it properly. We can properly put out there whether Chelsea in the title race or not. Because the Christmas period, that's when they see the gaps in the league anyway. But also there's the January window, there's a January schedule as well, the FA Cup schedule. And then after that, you're kind of back to normal in February until you get to the March international break. So then
you start playing European games. Like if Liverpool are still deep in Europe, if City are deep in Europe, Arsenal don't count, but whatever. If those are the two teams, I'm just being honest. Like, let's not laugh. I'm being honest. City, regardless of how bad City are doing, we still view them as a threat. Let's just be honest. City and Liverpool are the two teams I'm looking at. If if the chance is there, like regardless of what I'm saying as a fan, if I'm Maresca, if I'm one of the players in the squad, if I'm one of the owners of this club,
Mhm.
if the chance is there by January, go for it. I'm not saying you have to win it, but go
Yeah,
for
just
it.
go for it. I hear
Go
it. I
for
hear
it.
it.
Because
No,
listen, I've seen Man United were in this situation like under Ollie. The season they finished second, they were in it in January or in December, and they didn't try and push for the title. I've seen
right.
Arsenal in this situation and end up with nothing. So for me, if we're in it, try and who knows? And we finish 5 points away. Then it is what it is. You go again next season. But at least I know, regardless, I'm going to end up with a CL this season. Just make sure you guys end up with it.
Oh, this guy.
I'm
Nah,
getting a
listen.
CL. I'm getting a
Conference League is
CL.
not. It's not for everyone. I mean, Mike can talk to you.
No, no, no. It's
He's
called a CL. It's CL. Don't call it conference league. It's CL.
yeah.
CL. Mike,
You,
you have a
CL.
CL. Mike,
yeah,
you
he
have
Yeah,
a
did.
I,
Yeah,
CL.
yeah.
yeah,
I'm a CL,
he
bro.
has,
I'm the
he has,
last
yeah,
London.
yeah.
I'm the last London team to win something. So
Yeah,
like,
the
Yeah.
last
don't
one
know
we
anyone.
did to win the UCL. Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Hey,
listen.
hey.
Just
Do
not to win
Arsenal have?
anything right now.
Do Arsenal have a CL? They don't. But Mike's does. So.
But the last London team to win the trophy. Just
Oh
saying.
yeah. Hey, no. Chelsea. We're winning. We've already won ours this season. So Chelsea.
Yeah,
Fuck's sake.
me and Prime are bringing the UCL to London. Big up to Yasir in the chat, man. Big up to
Yeah,
you
big
every
up,
Cheers.
time,
bro.
bro. Yeah, listen, it's called the UCL technically, so that's he's not wrong, is he? He's not wrong.
No.
But listen, big up to everybody who's here, guys. Make sure you guys smash the likes, and if you're new, please subscribe to the channel, guys. All right, guys. This is a new show. This is Two Ballers FC, guys. Make sure you guys are
Oh,
here.
and by the way, everything that I've said about
Mhm.
Chelsea and stuff, right? To answer Omar's question, do you have a gold prem?
Yeah.
I prefer 2 Champions Leagues over a gold prem. I'll be real. But regardless, do you guys disagree with anything that I've said? Do you guys or
No, I don't disagree
No,
still.
no, I don't disagree. And you know what?
No,
That's actually a good. That's a very logical way of kind of looking at it. To be perfectly honest with you, honestly. But listen, I do want to move on to the next one, very quickly, guys. Obviously, the final game I feel like we need to talk about during that day was obviously Arsenal against United. Big up to King for being here. I haven't introduced you yet, but listen, Arsenal 2, United nil. I know we've been dunking on Arsenal for the past few minutes, but listen, at the end of the day, man, they got the W, man. Listen, is that your prime?
what?
I think yeah. There was a lot of noise coming out from your thingy. I don't know what's going on.
It's fine though.
I'm sorry. I muted you because your thing was just noisy. It was something was going on. But yeah. Listen. At the end of the day, my honest assessment of the game was the first half, not really much to talk about. Second half, unfortunately, bro. Listen. I'll be honest. I expected United to lose. I was like, listen, let's be real. I know it's a new manager bounce, that's all great and good, but it's the same players. You understand what I'm saying? It's the same players who down tools under Ten Hag and under different management. So it's the same players. You know, you at the end of the day, I always say you can change chicken salad out of chicken shit. You understand what I'm saying, right? And the truth about this current United team is there's a lot of people, there's a lot of shit players in this team that need to go for the sake of this for the sake of this club. You understand what I'm saying, right? But listen, I do wanna get to you, King, because you and I were on No Sides channel. You're very, very pissed. I'm hoping that you kind of calm down today. You're much more level-headed thinking. But look, we did speak. You had a lot of good points when you talked about the players. He's persisting on. You understand what I'm saying? That the club isn't persisting on. But what did you think of the game, and where do you think? What is your expectations basically for the rest of the season? But first of all, what did you think of the game? So big up to you, King. Floor is yours.
big up the whole panel.
Thank you.
Yeah. I was pissed because obviously you could understand because I was going through the motion because it was like
Hmm.
I'll go through the motion because it was like I got sick of my fan base crying about set pieces, crying about all Arsenal set pieces, this and that, yeah. And I also got fed up of Garnacho, and I got fed up of Rasmus. So that's why I needed to say what I needed to say on that. But on the game, look, like I said on Northside Channel, yeah, like in the first half defensively, we did well from a defensive standpoint in the first half, but but from attacking wise, we didn't offer anything in the first half, and then in the second half it was the same. We didn't offer anything in the second half from an attacking standing point, and even though after the first 10 minutes we weren't bad defensively in the second half after the first 10 minutes when we conceded from the set piece, like the game was more open once Arsenal got the goal.
Hmm.
I was really mad. I was really the reason why I was really mad on Northside Channel, and I'm still mad about it to this day because you know I can't stand Arsenal as a fan base. You know that I can't stand Arsenal as a fan base,
Hmm.
and you and 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 the two goals that we conceded was so like we could have done so much better, bro. We could have done so much better with it. That's why Omar, I was raging Omar because like we can speak about Arsenal set piece FC, Arsenal set piece FC, but why are people surprised? We knew we knew before coming into this game. We knew before coming into this game. We all knew Arsenal strengths. We all know Arsenal strengths last season and this season have been set pieces. We all know this. Like it's nothing new. People are acting like it's something new, and this has never been new. You get what I'm saying? Arsenal
Yeah.
strengths have always been from set pieces. So I don't know why people are crying about set pieces. People are not looking at the fact that Garnacho gave the ball away for the first goal, yeah, and then also Rasmus Højlund got bodied by Yuri and Timber from the corner. Like no one's looking how how Rasmus Højlund let Yuri and Timber headed the ball in. No one speaks about that. Everyone just spoke about all Arsenal set pieces, Arsenal set pieces. Like that's all they spoke about. My fan base for the second goal, for the second goal, Marcus Rashford, I don't know what he was doing in the corner flag. Silly, bro. Yet again, silly from Marcus Rashford. All he needed to do was either kick it away or kick it to Erdegaard, and it would have went out. But no, the guy trying to do all flicks and tricks in a corner flag, bro. It's like, bro, what are you doing?
Hmm.
I'm I was mad. I was mad because I was mad at the way that we conceded the goals and the way that we defended and the way that we conceded the corners. That's why I was mad, Omar. The way
Hmm.
that we were the way that we were giving corners away for fun. And I said it when Arsenal got their first corner. I said it, bro. I said it in the second half when they got that good corner, what they scored from the first corner, what they scored from. I said they are going to score from this. I said they're going to score from this, bro, and they did. And and the fact is like I said, Rasmus Højlund is 6'3", Yorin Timber's 5'10". How are you getting outstrength by Timber? How are you letting Timber get away from you, bro? It's like, bro, bro, it's absolutely shocking, yeah. And then for the second goal, Højlund was marking Saliba for the second goal, and it's like, and also what I noticed about the second goal as well, that on the back post there were three Arsenal players around Mazarari. There were three Arsenal players around Mazarari. No one helped Mazarari out at the near post. These are the details that we need to look at. But people are crying about set pieces. That's all they are doing. But like I said, we all knew before coming into this game, and we knew last season and the season before, Arsenal strengths were set pieces. We all know this, so it's nothing new.
True.
Like, gone. So at the end of the day, Arsenal did their thing. Arsenal did their thing to get the win. Arsenal did their thing to get the win. Even though they didn't play well, they found a way to win. So we can't cry about it, bro. We have to look at the details that we could have done better with. That's what I'm looking at. But a lot of my fan base are not looking at that. A lot of my fan base are just crying. And this is the reality, yeah? Garnacho, the worst player on the pitch yet again, bro. Yet again, so many times, bro. So many times about this guy. And it's like, bro, when people say, oh, you can't compare him to like this player or to that player or to that player, yes, I can, because in his head, he thinks he's the best player in the world. In his head, he thinks he's the best player in the world. So if you think you are the best player in the world, I expect world-class performances. I expect world-class performances. If you think you are the best player in the world in your brain, I expect world-class performances. And yet again, Garnacho's arrogance, yeah, Garnacho's arrogance and the way that he goes off, yeah, for taking a little bit of criticism, yeah, and he's thinking it week in and week out. He has the nerve to talk like this, yeah, when he's thinking the players week in and week out. And this is the thing, yeah, this is the thing. Yet again, Rasmus Højlund had another stinker yet again, bro. The guy did nothing yet again. Oh, man said he run channel, bro. Bro, anyone can run channels, bro. Like, what else does he do in the game, bro? I don't care about a man running channels. Like, what does he do? Like, but and my fan base wanted to go on about a youth project. My fan base wanted to go on a youth project. When Rasmus Højlund went 0017 twice last season, no one spoke about it. But suddenly, after 4 or 5 games that Xerxes has played or come on from the bench, oh, Xerxes crap. Xerxes crap. Xerxes useless. He's not good enough to play for Manchester United. All of these narratives, bro. And this is what I'm saying. Like, bro, just say that you don't know. Just say you don't like Xerxes. Just say that, bro. Instead of saying he's crap, just say you don't like Xerxes, bro. And you like Højlund. Like, why can't you just be real, bro? Obviously, Mason Mount were trying to mark Ødegaard. We did pretty well to mark Ødegaard out of the game, but Mason Mount didn't really do anything going forward. When Arsenal went 1-0 up, Bruno Fernandes were just hoofing the ball in the second half. Like, when we went 1-0 down and we started losing it a bit, Bruno Fernandes just started to do what Bruno Fernandes always does, hoof it. That's what Bruno does. When things go against him or against the team, he just starts hoofing it. And this is what it is, bro. And Rashford came on the bench. He was equally as worse as Rasmus when he came on, and he was equally as worse as Garnacho. But man are not going to highlight that. Man are not going to highlight that. So we all know what it is. So, like, overall in the season, I expect Amarim to at least win one of the trophies, and obviously try and push for top 4. But if you can't get top 4, get top 6. If you can't get top 4, but I expect Amarim to at least win one of the trophies, because I think we should. I think we are one of the favourites to win the Europa League. I think we're one of the favourites to win the Europa League. We should go and win the Europa League. Go and try and win that. Obviously, in the FA Cup against Arsenal, anything can happen in the knockout competition in the FA Cup. And obviously, we still got the Carabao Cup as well. So that's what I expect from Ruben. I like the style of play, and I like how he stuck to his principles. And I like how he's rotated the team at times. But for me, the only thing I would have done is started Amad Diallo as one of the 10s. That's the only thing that's the thing that I would have done, because when I saw Arsenal's lineup of saying no Gabriel and no Zinchenko, when I saw that lineup with Gabriel and Zinchenko at left back, I was thinking,
Kivior as well,
and Kivior at centre back. Yeah, like I was thinking, he should have started Ahmad, but it is what it is. Like, at the end of the day, the game plan the game plan was fine. It just the quality of the players wasn't good enough, bro. The
Right.
quality of the players weren't good enough. And the
Mm.
thing is, I'm happy that players are getting exposed, bro. I'm happy the system is exploiting all the weaknesses in the players because I've been saying it for a long time. I've been saying Garnacho hasn't been it. I've been saying Rashford hasn't been it for time, bro. For time, by the way. I've been
Mm.
saying I've been saying Rasmus isn't it, bro. I've been saying Mason Mount isn't really it. Like I've been saying all of these things, and I've also said that because after when we beat Everton 4-0, people were saying, would you play Luke Shaw left centre back? And I said we can't rely on Luke Shaw because he's going to get injured. And what happened?
Injury prone. Yeah.
The guy got injured, and the guy got injured. So
Yeah.
so you know,
Crazy.
so it's absolutely crazy, bro.
Yeah. I
So
hear.
so yeah, man. Like I'm just sick of tired of my fan base just whining, just moaning about the set pieces, just overhyping certain players, bro. And
Mhm.
I'm just sick of certain players thinking that they are it, and and they are not. And
Yeah.
and and this is the reality. And people will call me toxic and negative, and not call me a real Man United fan because I call all of this out.
No,
But
I know.
you, but but you know, it is it is
It is what
it
it
is
is.
what it
Yeah.
is. It
No,
is
I hear
what it
that.
is. So
But yeah.
like yeah,
No, I completely hear that. And listen, at the end of the day, man, you are absolutely right about the things you said, right? I feel like a lot of us won't disagree. I kind of look at it, and for me, I'm like, listen, at the end of the day, I don't expect much from Amorim. If Amorim
mm,
gets sixth and wins Europa League, bro, he's done incredible with
yeah,
this team that is not even his. You understand what I'm saying, right? That is quite incredible, honestly. But on a real, right? Let's talk about this. Mike, what did you
Yeah,
honestly think from like a outside point of view for you?
I think you two have got it spot on. To be honest with you, I've always said this about Man United. Um, I think everything that King said about like the criticisms of the players that he talked about was facts. Because from a neutral, I've only seen Rashford as a purple patch player. I've only ever seen
Mm,
Garnacho as somebody who was never good enough for Man United in the first place, was good enough to make an impact as a sub. Because when there's tired legs, someone like him can be effective. I don't rate people like Bruno Fernandes. I don't rate like these like what are these fake number tens that like that you like because you got a good diagonal on you, you got the odd good through ball, the
yeah,
odd bit of technical nous, but in mainly apart from the FA Cup final, not seeing the guy turn up in a big game. I think it kind of
yeah,
summed up Bruno Fernandes when he kicked it off. Big up to Prime. Like I kind of summed Bruno Fernandes up when he kicked it off the pitch, and then Ruben like was trying to pull back his hairline as soon as he kicked it off. I think it kind of just summed it up. Like I think Ruben Amorim has finally realized the reality of the players. He can say all he wants in like press conferences and what he needs to say about this player. I like this player. I like this player. But realistically, if Ruben Amorim wants to thrive in his system,
mm,
I've said this about Man United players before. Barring the new signings, Amad Diallo and Kobe Mainu are the only ones I'm like, okay, you guys got a future here. Apart,
mm,
excluding new signings aside, you two got a future here. Maybe Dallo, but I say if Man United really want to get to where they want to get to, and I don't pin any expectations on him as a neutral this season, just because of coming in the middle of the season and with the squad that he has.
mm.
Uh, I don't expect anything from him. I just expect you to kind of pin your style of play, uh, pin your principles down, and then build on what you have. Get the best out of what you have. I don't think anyone should judge him for the players that he has because we all know what he's capable of. But it's a difference between
yeah,
this manager and the last manager as well because, like, yeah, exactly. Like, because I listen from a West Ham fan as well. I know shit when I see it. I know shit when I see it. So, like, this is the thing with uh Man United as well. Like, for example, you could like with Ten Hag, you didn't know what his style of play was because he went back on what we thought he was going to do. With Amarim, you're seeing him go straight away. These are my principles. We know exactly what an Amarim team is already when he was at Sporting. Even just watching him in European games, he's pinned out on it with Man United. He's not afraid to make substitutions. He's not afraid to put people in certain positions where they've not necessarily played before, like Mazarari in the back three and Amad Diallo wing back or whatever. And
yeah,
people
yeah,
like
yeah,
Mazarari are really shone throughout Like, he's a great player. Like, that's why I said, apart from the new signings, the current players at Man United, Ahmed Diallo and Kobe Mainoo, the only ones I'm really looking at and being like, you guys have a proper future here. Like Casemiro for now, and some of these players for now, like maybe a Dallo for now, but a lot of these players have always been overhyped, and a lot of these players aren't good enough. A lot of these players are moments players. Garnacho is a moments player. Rashford's been a moments player. He's not 24. He's not even 22 anymore. He's pushing 30, just shagging snow bunnies.
Same with Bruno, bro.
Like, yeah, legit. Bruno Fernandes is.
Hey, leave my guy Rashford alone, man.
Bruno Fernandes has always been dead. I'm sorry, Bruno Fernandes is the most overrated player.
Bro, he is, bro. Try and tell that to my fan base, bro. They still call him Bruno Magnifico, bro. That's what they still call him. That's what my fan base call him, bro. So this is the same fan base that said sure Berto Carlos as well. So you know what I'm saying.
I don't like legit, bro. Like this is my thing. Yeah, you guys have got a lot of moments, players. I think.
Yeah.
I'm not even expecting anything from you lot in January. Whether you guys want to do things in January, think there's something you can salvage from this season. Whether there's a trophy, Europa League,
there's
trophies. There's to be won, but like expectations should really be pinned on him when he gets his players in the summer, and we'll see what you can do from there. But other than that, I think King and Omar, you both got it pretty much spot on with the summary.
Yeah, and the thing is, what I would say as well, because Amarim has spoken about a lot of things as well. He's spoken about he can't. He's spoken about not going into 100 he spoke about not going into full detail to the players because otherwise they will get confused, and because we see a lot of players now try and get micromanaged. We see a lot of managers try to micromanage players and stuff, and Amarim said, I'm not going to go into full detail with the players, otherwise they will get confused. He also said,
bro, like that is insane.
Yep. He also said as well that because they asked him a question about the young players, about Garnacho, Yenyu, or Hoyland, and all of that. He said that all the Manchester United players have to be ready to play for Man United. They have to cope with the demands to play for Manchester United. And he also said,
no shit.
Yep. And basically, he gets it straight away. So basically, if they can't cope with the demands, they are out of the door. Basically, that's what he is saying basically. And he also said that the players have to adapt to me. I'm not adapting to the players. The players have to adapt to me. That's another thing that he also said. So he is saying all the right things. He is also saying we will have an idea. We will have an identity. The most important thing is to have an identity. But he also said that we have to win games with the identity. That's what he also said as well. So all of these things that he's been saying, and he was saying about he said something about Bruno needs to stop hoofing it. Like he said something like that. He said Bruno needs to stop hoofing it. He said he also said that Xerxes needs to try and get in the box a little bit more at times, and I like that, bro. I like everything that he is saying, because that's what I've been crying out for, bro. This is what I've been crying out for as a United fan, for a manager to say how it is. And he also said something about Marcus Rashford. He also said we were trying to help Marcus Rashford, but he has to believe himself. He has to believe in himself. He has to want it for himself. He has to want to. He has to want. He has to want to play for Manchester United. He has to have the hunger to play for Man United. That's what he was saying about Rashford. He like it's all good. It's all good of the managers trying to tell him this and that, but you need to have the hunger and the desire in yourself, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's what Amarim were basically saying about Rashford. So I like all the things that Amarim is saying, all of the right things, and this is why I can get behind him, because he's the first manager probably since Louis van Gaal has stuck to his principles. Because like because obviously with Ten Hag after the first two games he abandoned the principles and obviously you know what I'm saying, and he was trying to co-sign all of these players and all of that, but yeah, man, I like what Amarim's doing. We obviously we need to give him some time, but obviously, but I think he's the right man to take us forward in the next 2 seasons, in the next two and a half seasons. He's the right man to take Man United forward. So yeah,
Uh,
that's what I would say on that.
But
I
yeah, but
think
quickly, Prime. Yeah, I do wanted to go to you because I haven't really asked your opinion on the game. I know Manchester United. Go ahead, man.
I didn't watch the game, to be fair. Chelsea were playing, and
Oh
I
yeah,
didn't
that's
want to
true.
watch
You guys,
the show. So, but in terms of Amarim and Man United and him bringing them back,
your screen
I
is.
actually,
I know.
I rate Amarim. I rate him highly. I wanted him at Chelsea. He was my first choice. So when he rejected us and stuff, or whatever it is that happened, I was kind of annoyed. So
Right,
I
right,
don't
right.
know, because when Ten Hag got sacked and then it looked like they were going to appoint him, Man United fans were doing what they did with Ten Hag, gassing him up. One of the best managers in the world. Man City want him to replace Pep. He's going to come in and dominate the league. They were saying the same stuff. The only difference is I've never rated Ten Hag. We faced him in the Champions League in 2019. Lampard was manager. When I saw
Oh yeah,
Lampard
you
play
beat
him,
them 1-0. I remember.
when I saw Chelsea, saw Lampard Chelsea play him off the pitch, I knew he wasn't good. So yeah, when I saw him go to United, I was like, yeah, you guys are gassing this guy up. He's not going to do anything. And lo and behold, you guys haven't done anything. But now with Amarim, I'm seeing the same hype, but because I actually rate him, I can't hate. The only thing I'll say is it's like he has to get through this season with what he has.
Yeah, he just
And
has
there's
to.
going to be
He just needs to survive, basically.
there's
just
going
needs
to
to
be times
survive.
when because if he's just going to stick to his system, there's going to be times when it's just not going to work and it's not going to look good, and the fans just need to be able to accept that. Like what you saw against Arsenal, maybe that's going to happen in certain big games.
Yeah.
So you're just going to have to be okay and accept that. My thing is, you're bored because it was only a couple of months ago that we were saying that people were saying Ineos, they don't know what they're doing. They're horrible. They're worse than the Glazers. Now all of a sudden they're amazing because they sacked Ten Hag when he should have been sacked in the summer and not given a new contract. So
Yep.
I don't know. Are they actually
Yeah,
are Ineos actually good owners, or are they still Glazer-esque? Who knows? Because
We'll see from this. I
I
feel like this moment. I feel like this moment will prove it to us. For me,
well maybe because I've
this summer,
seen
because
Chelsea.
they need to back this guy. For
They
the
need to be
sake of
ruthless with the players. They need to sell the
yes,
players that have let them
this is
down over the
why.
years of the
Yeah,
previous
but
regime. They
this
need
is
to
the
they
point.
need to be.
Mike, this is exactly
I
what
wanna
I
get
think. Go ahead.
This is the point I want to get to.
Mm.
Amarim, what was that? Well, sorry.
Yeah,
Amarim,
it's, your screen is just. We can hear you, but your thing at the
Amarim
front.
until the end of the season, he will get something out of certain players in the team.
Right.
The thing is, one, your fans will get gassed. Like I saw with Chelsea when Tuchel came in and we won the Champions League. People got gassed about a lot of players in the squad that weren't good enough. And I was telling people, you can't sustain a title race with Reece James and Chilwell as your only creative source.
Right.
Even if they stayed fit the whole season, they cannot be your only creative source when you're trying to supply Romelu Lukaku and you have Havertz and Mount off them. That won't work. You need more creativity. You can't have a midfield of Jorginho, Kante, and Kovacic when two of them both get injured for half a season. You can't. That's not survivable. Thiago Silva, at the age he was, cannot be your starting center back. It's not survivable. So, but because we went on, Tuchel did what he did and we won the Champions League, people miraculously thought that we were better than we actually were. If that happens with Amarim, where say United finish sixth, but they win like the FA Cup and the Europa League, and United fans start to get gassed,
Mhm.
are Ineos actually good owners? Will they still get rid of certain players? Like if Rashford scores 25 by the end of the season, will they still get rid of him, or will they keep him and say, oh, maybe he has another season in him?
Right.
Will they keep, if I know Luke Shaw is out injured now, but if he comes back and stays fit for the rest of the season, will they keep him or will they get rid of him? Will they keep Bruno if he manages to work, or will they get rid of him? That's the big decision where certain players that may work on a purple patch, if you keep them, they will fall off. I've seen it at Chelsea
Yeah.
where we
Fact.
went on a run of form with certain players, and then the following season it fell apart. And then everyone blamed Tuchel when we had genuinely nothing. We were playing Pulisic and Ziyech at wingback, and people were blaming Tuchel for why we couldn't win certain games because we had no options. Amarim,
Great.
what he's doing or what he'll have to go through, I don't really care about this season. Even if he doesn't win a trophy per se, I don't really care. Just has to get through it. But for
Yeah.
next season and beyond, if the squad hasn't changed much, people will start blaming him when
This should
maybe
be
it
the
might be
owner.
his fault. Maybe it won't. Who knows? Maybe he'll like certain players that might want work. But assuming he's as good as I truly believe that he is,
Mhm.
if he's not backed, it will you will see people scapegoat him. And because it's like
Yeah, yeah. I
Chelsea
mean,
don't have
it's the
no
natural
Chelsea, it's
thing, man.
Chelsea.
That's what they always
This is
do.
man. I know it is. But the thing is, I actually rate Amarim, so I don't want that to happen to him. But on
Right.
the
Yeah,
flip
same.
side, I want him to fail because I don't want United to come back. So we'll see. But if Ineos back Amarim as much as FSG backed Klopp, Amarim will win more than Klopp did. He's a better tactician. He'll win more. However, let's just wait and see because I truly don't know if Ineos are actually good because they were supposed to be good, but then they kept Ten Hag, so they were bad. But now they've brought in Amarim, so they're good again. So let's just wait and see how good they actually are.
No, I hear it. I hear it. But listen, very quickly, I do want to get into just the final topic before we do close out. Right? You guys saw the game earlier. Was it today or was it yesterday? Oh, yeah, that was yesterday. Bournemouth beating Tottenham by a goal to nil. Now, there's a reason I wanted to talk about this. Is because, bro, I do not understand this football club, bro. I don't get these guys. I don't understand them. These guys won against, they beat Manchester City 4-0 at the Etihad. And since then, bro, I swear to God, I've started calling the, Tottenham on the Ange Robin Hood FC. They are Robin Hood FC. They are the team that will go against, they will give it all when they play against the big boys. And then when it's time for them to play against teams that are on paper they're better than, they go and do what they did yesterday. Bro, what is wrong with this team? Like,
Bro.
seriously, what is wrong with these guys, bro? I watched the game. I was
Bro.
like, yo, these guys could have lost by 2 or 3 goals or 4. My days.
Yeah, I watched that game. Yeah, the second half
Same.
it could have been 5-6, bro. It could have
Bro,
been
what,
anything in
like,
the
that's
second
the
half.
thing, bro. They did not look like they were going to come back at any point in that game.
Mm.
I do not understand these guys. But Mike's, man, you've been laughing, man. Tell me what you think of the game, bro. Oh,
I'm a West Ham fan, yeah, but Tottenham always make me laugh no matter what, man. They
I
always
mean,
put a smile on
they're
my face,
London
man.
rivals, man. Come
Like,
on.
listen, Tottenham will always put a smile on my face. My club could be extinct. You'll always make me smile, Tottenham. Always. But this is why. Because every time, and we talk about fans overgassing, yeah? Let's talk about them. Let's talk about this fan base, yeah? This fan base doesn't get cooked enough, yeah? They deserve they deserve everything. They deserve it all. And there's a reason why, yeah? They beat Man City. It's all loving Big Ange instead. It's
Yeah,
all
they love it
Brennan
big
Johnson's
instead.
this, Solanke's this, Madison's this, Kulusevski's this, even Werner is this, and Udogie and Porro and Romero and Van de Ven, best centre back partnership. And we're talking about Arsenal fans over gassing, yeah? every time they get a singular amount of 3 points, it's we're back. What are you talking about the football and all this? Every time they lose,
Yeah.
it's this manager, get the manager out.
Highline football. Yeah, we hear it.
No, these are the worst players ever and all that. Every year, every fucking season, they do the same shit. You deserve this because every 2 years we see this since Pochettino has left. Every 2 years, I've discussed it with Prime many times before. Every manager, Conte, Mourinho, Ange, it's always, you overgas it. You may somewhat back the manager first season, have a good run of form, dip, don't back the manager again. Then it's all to talk about the style of play. You deserve this because every time a new manager comes in, it's always this manager is going to solve everything. They're going to solve everything. They're going to solve the trophy drought. Every time. But guess what? The people that are putting the pressure on the owners are rightfully so putting pressure on the owners. The ones that don't talk about the owners and just talk about new manager. You need a new manager, comes in, solves everything. That's never been the case. You know, literally after the Champions League final, you lot dipped. You lot dipped under Poch. And then what happened?
Yeah, that was it, man. They were
No,
never the
it
same
wasn't
after
even that, guys. If you guys remember that season, the second half of the season in the league, Spurs were horrible. If not
they
for the
were.
Champions League run, if not for the Champions League run, he should have got sacked just based off that alone. Like Omar was, you were saying that you're surprised, but why are you?
No, I'm not surprised. I'm just like, bro, I don't understand how they do this, right?
Because
I'm like, bro, no, wait, Prime. My point is, I'm not surprised. I'm more of like, how do you guys always manage to turn it on and off, bro? This turning on and off makes
I'll
no sense.
explain why. Because they're not actually a big club. Yes, they generate revenue of a big club, but that's for other circumstances. They have a fucking go-kart in their stadium.
Yeah.
They generate revenue based off extracurricular activities, not based off of what they do on the pitch. It's easy to beat Man City 4-0 when they're on their worst form in the last 10 years. It's easy to beat Man City 4-0. Can you beat Man City in a cup final for me, please?
Yeah, when that happened, they sacked Mourinho, had Brian Mason in charge and lost. And even in that Champions League season, was that not the season that they didn't sign anyone? They signed no one. And we're still talking about new manager. Who's the real problem? The guy upstairs.
Bro, we laugh at Arsenal, top 93% not winning a title. Ha 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 ha. Who is the only other club that could happen to? Tottenham Hotspur. That would happen to Tottenham, and we wouldn't be surprised. Tottenham lost a 2-horse title race and finished third against a Leicester team that should have got relegated the season beforehand. If not for Vardy's great escape act, they would have gotten relegated.
Yep.
And they finished third in that season. And they were never top once. Leicester were top basically the whole season. How embarrassing that is. People laugh at Chelsea for finishing 10th. We didn't lose a title to Leicester. Spurs are not a big club. They're not because everything that's going on at Spurs right now, what they've been doing post Poch, if this was Man United, it would actually be a problem. If it was Chelsea, it'd be a problem. If it was Arsenal or Liverpool or City, it'd be a problem. But because it's Spurs, no one actually cares.
Yeah.
No one actually cares. They won 10 games last year. They fell off for the rest of the season, and it wasn't spoken about. You know what got spoken about? How bad Chelsea were. Because we're a big club. You know what gets spoken about? Man United winning an FA Cup, but still finishing. Where did they finish? 8th?
Yeah.
Yeah, 8th. Yeah, 8th. Yeah.
Because Man United are a big club. You know what gets spoken about? Arsenal not winning a trophy in 5 years. Because they're a big club. But no one cares. How long? When's the last time Spurs won a trophy?
2008.
Bro, they won a trophy. Bro, the last time, bro, I have two sisters, right? My youngest sister was born in 2008. She wasn't even born when the last time this guy won the trophy. My sister now is in his final year in high school, and this club has still not won a trophy. That's how long it's been since they've last.
I'm 21. I was 4 years old, turning 5.
And you know what? No one cares.
Bro, the last time these guys won a trophy, Ronaldinho was still playing for Barcelona.
Yeah.
Yeah, here you go.
Bro, we talk about how disgraceful we talk about how disgraceful it is. Man United haven't won a title in 11 years. Arsenal haven't won a title in 20. Liverpool went 30 years without a title. But we don't. But no one says anything when Spurs haven't won a trophy in how long? No one says anything.
They just say it's Spurs. That's it.
The only reason why Spurs are relevant is because they're in North London with Arsenal. Arsenal need a rival. Arsenal can't rival Chelsea because they don't win what we win, so they have to rival Spurs, and that's why we take it seriously. Let's just be honest. The same way, if Everton, the last say 20 years, if Everton were winning league titles and had won a Champions League, they'd be considered top 6 over Spurs. We treat.
I mean, that's the thing. That's the thing, isn't it? If you think about it,
I want to say this, and I don't want to say this as an insult to West Ham, because I actually like West Ham regardless of the rivalry. Spurs and West Ham, is there a big difference? Let's be real.
That's the thing. Is that? I mean, when was the last time West Ham won the league?
We to be fair, we never won the league.
Oh, you guys have never won the league?
No, we've won, but they've won it once or twice. But the thing is, if you compare West Ham and Tottenham, both the golden years was 60s to the 80s for both clubs.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's why I said. That's why I thought that you guys won a league during the 60s. Because
we won 3 FA Cups and 2. We've got 2 European Cups and 3 FA Cups. That's why, and because we're the Bobby Moore era to the Alan Devonshire, Tony Gale, Tony Coy, where we came 3rd in the league and was in the title race with Everton and Liverpool. That's the era of West Ham that people compare it to. That's why the whole Tottenham way and West Ham way come from, because both teams were based on playing good football and winning stuff. Funny enough, West Ham and Tottenham winning stuff. Who would have thought? But like that's the difference. And then that's not any difference. Then they've got a couple of leagues, fair enough. But both of the golden eras was from the 60s to the 80s. If you look at now, all it is difference is league position and a Carabao Cup, and we've got a Conference League. There's not much difference now in the 21st century.
But this is why at least I will respect West Ham. They took the Conference League seriously. The season beforehand, they also took the Europa League seriously. They arguably should have won that.
And also, just to add to your point, do you remember when Spurs won the Europa League or Conference League, and everyone was like, "Oh, we don't win the Conference League." I'm like, bro, you should be happy to be in the Conference League because you could have an opportunity of winning a trophy.
Bro, Omar. Everyone always says, they're only out because they got kicked out. You know why they got kicked out? They were already 3rd because they lost to NS Mura and fucking Vitesse.
1-0, yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah? We went unbeaten in the Conference League, yeah? That's not an achievement, but guess what? It's what a competent club does. Even with how shit we've been. No,
but the thing is, right, for a West Ham or Spurs, going unbeaten in the Conference League and winning it, that is an achievement, bro. That's a major. I won't laugh at West Ham or Spurs winning it because like you guys don't win anything else.
Yeah,
it's something. And you guys had that terrorist David Moyes holding you back, and you were still able to win it. So what Spurs' excuse when you had Conte, a serial winner?
Oh yeah, that's true.
Bro, Enes Mura was getting done by Romanian plumbers, bro. Like, and that's how they conceded against Enes Mura, bro.
Wow,
they conceded in the last minute against Enes Mura.
Bro, they sacked Jose 6 days before a cup final. I don't care what version of Jose you believe he is. You don't sack him before a final, bro. You never sack him.
Prem, you know what it says? It says so much about Levy, yeah, because the reason why he tried to sack Jose then was on the same day the whole fucking Super League thing was happening. Yes. They tried to distract everyone from the fact that he was more focused on the fact that he was getting backlash from the Super League than the cup final in the 6 days. That says all you need to know about the owner.
To get the attention.
Spurs accepted it. They accepted it. That's the crazy thing.
That's the crazy thing, bro. Like the reason why they sacked Mourinho is because Mourinho would have got more money. Basically, they would have had to pay Mourinho off more money if they wanted to get rid of him.
They'd won it. And the thing is, like, up until that, I think the only team Pep had lost to in a final was Jose.
Yeah.
So you'd like to think maybe he would have stunk something out. Or maybe he still would have lost anyway. But bro, Poch. If Poch got sacked 6 days before the Carabao Cup final last year, I would have been pissed because sack him a month before and at least give us a chance. Yeah. But you're sacking him 6 days.
Bro, people forget even in that final, they just about won 1-0. Like they did dominate the game, but they just about won 1-0 in that Carabao Cup final. I'm pretty sure it was a corner and Laporte scored.
Yeah.
Like it was 1-0. Like Mourinho would have given them a game at least at extra time.
Mm-hmm. Like,
So there you go.
and that's the thing. Like, I can't. Like, no big club should act that, bro. We can say what we want about Arsenal, right, and how they don't have the ambition to really win anything. If Arteta got sacked 6 days before a final, how crazy that would be.
That's embarrassing.
Do you know bro? If Barcelona or Real Madrid sacked a manager, I don't care how bad he's been performing, they sacked him 6 days before a final. You know the shockwaves that would send the football world. Because it's Spurs, no one cares. But no one cares because it's Spurs. But if it's a big club, it's a talking point.
Yeah, people always say that we don't care about Man City. When Man City lose, when Man City fuck up, it's talked about because guess what? They achieve when you're at the top, you have haters because you are the best. Tottenham don't have that. They don't have haters. There are people laughing at you for a reason.
Yeah, that's a difference. Laughing at you and actually hating you. And that's the thing. You just mentioned it, bro. We last week, bro. These guys were on a 7-game winless streak. City. Look at how everyone was reacting. Everyone was celebrating the moments, right? Because it was because they finally looked vulnerable. You understand what I'm saying, right? But that's the thing with Spurs. Spurs. The thing with Spurs is you are right. Spurs people laugh at Spurs, but also Spurs don't help themselves with the way they handle things. You understand what I'm saying, right? If Spurs had ambitions of trying to win stuff and actually show those ambitions, but when they do things like, sacking a manager before a cup final, right?
Yeah.
Not going out and actually backing managers that are actually doing well and have potential of winning you trophies, right? When you're doing things like this, what you are watching from this Spurs team right now, you become a subject of ridicule from the fan bases.
Bro,
they just contradict themselves, bro. Every time they just contradict themselves every time. Because one minute they say that they want to win trophies, next minute they don't want to play good football. It's like, and it's like when they appointed and Postecoglou, Daniel Levy was like, "Oh, we've got our Tottenham back, and then all the Tottenham fans got conned when Daniel Levy said that. Oh, we got our Tottenham back, we got our Tottenham back.
He played Spurs, right? They were down to 9 men, and sat everyone on the halfway line. Jackson scored a hat trick, and Spurs fans accepted that.
They got credit for that.
Bro, they got credit for doing that. But yet, Arsenal gets slated for parking the bus against City. Because they're a big club. Listen, I slander Arsenal all the time, but at least I know they actually are a big club. Spurs are not.
Facts. There's a reason why people hate on Arsenal, because they're a big club.
Spurs loaned in Timo Werner last year in January, and then they actually signed him this summer.
They extended his loan.
They extended his loan.
Well, okay, that sounds better then. They extended it long. Let Man United do that. Man United got criticism. Man United got criticism for signing Mason Mount. We got criticism for signing Sterling. Arsenal got criticism for signing Havertz. But Spurs got Werner, and no one speaks about it at all. You notice that, right?
We got more criticism for signing fucking Kilman.
Yeah. I remember that. Yeah,
one of our best players this season.
Because Werner came off the bench and he breezed past old man Kyle Walker. It's a great signing, guys. It's a great signing.
It's crazy.
Walker looks like he's running like he's shitting himself, and Werner's outpacing him like whoop-de-doo, bruv.
Yeah, it's crazy. Them man were also saying these men were also saying, oh, Pedro Porro's the best right back in the league. They were saying they were saying like about Idogi. They were hyping up all of these players, bro, saying that they are the best in the world and this and that. Like, bro, like Spurs, just calm down, bro. Just calm down and just know your level, bro. Like, at the end of the day, stop overhyping some of these players, innit? And this is the thing, yeah. Like I said, like with Tottenham, the problem with Tottenham is there's never been no there's hardly been any direction, bro. There's been no direction where they want to go as a club, really, bro. And it's like because when Tottenham fans got fed up of losing every week and playing good football, they wanted a pragmatic manager that could come in and win them trophies. And all of a sudden they got fed up on Mourinho or Conte. Get Conte out, get Mourinho out, get all of these men out. Now we want to bring in an attacking manager. It's like, bro, it's like I question majority of their fan base. It's like, do you want to bring in a pragmatic manager, or do you want to bring in an attacking manager, or a manager that just wins, bro? Like, it makes no sense, bro. Like, these men contradict themselves. Like, these men just contradict themselves, and it makes no sense. It just makes no sense in it, and I just don't understand it, bro. I just don't understand it, and the thing is that obviously we can speak about Levy and that, but also Ange has to take some of the blame because you've got players like James Maddison last season at the start of last season, the first half of last season, he was playing very well, and then the second half of last season he fell off, and then obviously coming into this season he's had 2 or 3 good games here and there, but he hasn't been consistent. Like, obviously in the Bournemouth, obviously in certain games he's been playing Kulusevski in the 10, and Kulusevski has been playing all right in the 10, but all of a sudden for the Bournemouth game he put Kulusevski on the wing, and you have to question these things. You have to question these things. Udogie isn't the same left back as last season. He isn't the same player as last season. Udogie was decent.
That's true.
Let's be real. He had a purple patch at the start of last season. He hasn't been the same. Like, he was the same first one last season. That was it.
But it's crazy. Like, it's crazy how he hasn't improved certain players. It's like, as well, I remember at the start of last season as well, everyone Tottenham fans were saying Bissouma's the best midfielder in the world when Bissouma went on the patch. And I remember Bissouma went on the patch at the start of the season, like a 4 or 5 game spell where he was balling out, and then everyone was saying that he's the best midfielder since sliced bread and this and that, and Bissouma. And again, Bissouma hasn't lived up to the level. So yeah, like...
Sorry, even with Bissouma, like, it was quite literally 4 or 5 games, and then he got a red card.
Yeah.
And then he got sent off again after the Luton game where he got the red card and completely fell off since. I like Bissouma as a player, but come on, like, even like when Tottenham get like, they're even worse than Man United fans when it comes to like players going on a purple patch. Like, if they play 2 good games, they're like, they could be one of the best in the world, like, ever.
Yeah, like Rashford's the best left winger in the world. He's better than Mbappe. That's it. Like, Ricky Bruno's magnificent. All of these stuff that football fans will be saying, bro. Bruno's the best midfielder in the world, better than KDB and all of that. It's like some of these fans just do the most. It's like some of these fans just do the most, bro. And it's like, and Ange is not. And cool, you can have a style of play, and I respect that Ange has a style of play, but at certain points you have to adapt, bro. You have to adapt because people can complain about injuries, but that's why you have a squad. That's why you have a squad to be able to adapt and make certain changes, like even making little tweaks, like drop the high line like a couple of yards back, bro, or drop it like a few yards back, bro. Like, or
not this weekend. I'll do it.
no, but you know what I'm saying in it. Yeah, you know what I'm saying in it. But like,
we
but yeah, you know what I'm saying. But obviously, like he's never tried to like change. He's never really tried to change the formation. He's never really tried to change anything, like in certain games. And it's like, just change something, or just tweak something. Like, just do something.
Yeah, do you know what it is? My thing is with Ange, and obviously there's definitely like tactical criticism you can criticize of him. My main criticism of him is don't go out in the media and say that you approve every signing, because people are just going to blame it on you.
Bro, exactly. You're setting yourself up for failure. Exactly.
Yeah, but because people are just going to believe, because people are going to obviously believe that if a manager comes out and says it, because not every manager does. Just do what Conte did. I'm sorry, but at this point you got to do what Conte did. Like, Conte was like, I'm not letting Tottenham have a take on my league.
Exactly.
But that's a problem. But that's a problem in football in general. Like too
One
many
second.
managers get control. Too many managers get control of recruitment and all of these things nowadays. That's a general problem in football. Like,
But my problem is even if he might not even be might not even be in control of the recruitment, but he's put his face in front of it, sort of thing.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
if it is the truth, then cool. But people are gonna blame you for everything. People are gonna think
everything. Yeah,
you're the one that specifically wanted Brennan Johnson. You
Timo
specifically wanted
Werner.
Brennan to extend their loan. But for me, I
Yeah,
see right through that. I think that's Levy who got written all over it. Levy went for the cheap option. Levy goes for
Yeah.
that odd, like big British signing. So like Brennan Johnson, like you might spend it, like you might even spend a little money on Jed Spence, who's
Hey,
never going to play and stuff like
hey,
that. But
Joe
Werner's a
Rodon,
cheap option that
Joe
extended
Rodon,
loan.
and
Yep.
Jed Spence. When
Archie
yeah,
Jose
Gray.
wanted the centre back, remember? Jose
Yep.
wanted the centre back,
Archie-
Joe Rodon. Conte wanted a wing back. You get Jed Spence.
Yeah, I think he wanted.
Archie Gray.
Didn't he want
Archie Gray.
what's his name? Bastoni from
Yeah,
from
he
he wanted
wasn't Bastoni,
Bastoni. He
was never
wanted
gonna get him.
Bastoni, and yeah. But listen,
yeah.
hey, it's
And they got excited, Omar.
ambitious.
They got Longley. They got Longley on loan instead.
Hey, thank you for that, man, because I wanted that guy gone from my team, bro. So yeah,
Bro,
we got
Jed
him out.
Spence, he's another one, bro. Like Jed Spence, like what's the main point of signing Jed Spence
Jed Bench.
what's the main point of even signing the guy, yeah, and not even playing him, bro? Like it just, bro, it just makes no sense. And and some Tottenham fans were getting excited when they sold Harry Kane and this and that, yeah. But we saw what Daniel Levy did when he sold Gareth Bale. He brought in a lot of scrubs, bro. We all saw what he did with the Gareth Bale money. He brought in a lot of scrubs, and it was the same thing with Harry. And it was the same thing with when they sold Harry Kane. They brought in a lot of scrubs, bro. Like they brought in freaking Alderbert, bro. Alderbert and freaking Brennan Johnson. It's like Alderbert, Brennan Johnson, and Bergvall, and Archie Gray. It's like, come on,
Bro,
like having me on.
like the only two signings you could really say that was like really good under Ange, really, Van der Ven and Vicario, and even then there's some criticism of Vicario where he's like in corners. So even then, Van der Ven's the only one that's standing out. Like you can't, like you got an attacking manager and all your attackers are Odegaard, Son, who's not really Son anymore. Johnson, he's cool, he's scored now and then, but Johnson's not the guy. He only runs in space. You've got Solanke, who doesn't really suit the system, to be honest with you. He doesn't really get much service anyway. Richarlison, who ain't that good. Like, there's quite a few players there that just ain't up to the level. And also, one of your main signings this season was Archie Gray. I know he's young, but he's ready for the Premier League level. He can play fullback and midfield, but he hasn't played this season. And Andy's pretty adamant on the fact that him, Bergvall, and Jed Spence ain't going to play. And then they've got a Christmas schedule coming up. What happens every time that Tottenham come into this part of the season? They have a squad, but the manager won't use them because he refuses to use a certain part of the players because he didn't want them in the first place. That's what Conte did. That's what happened with Conte. Like, I see right through this whole thing of Ange approved these players as much as he said it.
Yeah, they're trying to get pressure off them and put it on the manager.
Yeah, Brennan Johnson is the most Levy signing ever.
Yeah,
Archie Gray's the most Levy signing ever because he likes to spend big on pointless homegrown players and then have a cheap option like Timo Werner. So he can say, "Oh, I did sign you an attacker. I signed Timo Werner." He doesn't play, bro. And even if he does play, no one wants to see him play. No one wants to watch Timo Werner play football.
Like, come on, like we all know who Timo Werner is. We all know what Timo Werner is, and it's like, and it's like. You signed Archie Gray, yeah. You played him in like 2 or 3 games in that, yeah. Obviously, you played him at right back, but didn't Leeds play him as a midfielder? Sure, didn't Leeds play him as a mid?
Yeah, he's the midfielder.
To be fair, he can play right. He did play right back at Leeds a lot last season, but he shouldn't have.
Yeah,
but he is a midfielder. He's a midfielder, like overall.
Yeah, but it's like obviously he's a good player in that, yeah. But like Tottenham should have, if Tottenham want to be that club of winning trophies, then they have to bring in players what are ready to come in now in the first team now and stuff. They have to bring players what are ready now, bro. And it's like signing players like Bergvall and Archie Gray and signing Brennan Johnson and Timo Werner. These men aren't going to get you at that level, and Odegaard as well. These men aren't going to get you to that level. And this is what it is. And you're right, Max. Like you're right. Like Ange should have not come out and said that because I've heard a lot of Tottenham fans that said, "Oh, Ange wanted Timo Werner, Ange wanted Brennan Johnson, Ange wanted this player, that player, that player." But Andrew caused that himself by saying that in that press conference. He should have not. He should have not said it. So it's just one of those things. We all know what Daniel Levy does with the money. He just signs average players, bro. He did the same thing when he sold Gareth Bale, bro, and brought in a lot of scrubs. Like the only good signing I remember they made out of that was Ericsson, bro. Ericsson was the only decent signing with the Gareth Bale money that Tottenham bought.
Yeah, that's true.
Dembele.
Soldado, Lamela, all these
And
players.
Dembele, yeah, and Dembele. Like they brought in Soldado in these men, bro. Like, come on, bro. And Eric, like, come on. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I hear it. But listen, I do want to fully quickly before we do wrap this up. I just want to talk about the predictions of the weekend games, right? Because there's a lot of good weekend games coming up. This tomorrow, the weekend games start tomorrow. Basically, it starts as we mean to go on, and as you guys can see, first game tomorrow in the Premier League is a Merseyside derby, and this Merseyside derby there's a lot riding on this. Everton versus Liverpool, the last Merseyside derby at Goodison Park. What do you guys think the result is going to be? Quick
I'll go
result.
brief. I'll keep it quick. I'll just say 1-1. I think Everton might get a draw, but I just don't think. Yeah, I don't think it'll mean anything.
All right, go ahead, Prime. Prime.
Oh yeah, I think it'll be a draw. I think it'll be 2-2 or 3.
All right, here. What about you, King, man? What's your prediction of the scoreline?
For Liverpool, I found it a bit hard recently to travel at Goodison Park. They've had a bit of a tough time traveling to Goodison Park. So, and obviously, usually early kickoffs. They usually in the past they've usually not won early kickoffs. So, I think I might go with a draw. I think I don't think there's going to be a lot of goals, but I think it's going to be an aggressive game. So I think it's going to be 1-1. I think it's going to be 1-1 that game. Okay. That's what I think.
All right, very quickly. Aston Villa versus Southampton. Scoreline, Mikes.
4-1 Villa. Southampton shit.
Yeah, I hear you. King, what are you saying?
I'm going 4-0. Villa 4-0. Villa, I'm going against Southampton.
Villa 4-0. Yeah. All right. Prime, what are you saying? Aston Villa.
3-0 Villa.
3-0 Villa. Okay. Brentford versus Newcastle. Quick scoreline.
2-2.
2-2. King.
I'm going 2-1 Brentford.
Okay. What about you, Prime?
2-0 Brentford.
All right. We got this one is actually very interesting. Because these guys they don't travel well over here. Crystal Palace versus Manchester City.
Yeah, it's gonna be a very tough game. 3-0 Man City. Fuck Palace.
Hear it, King. What are you saying?
I'm saying, you know what? I'm gonna go with a bit of a shot. I'm gonna go 2-2. I think City will draw against Palace.
Actually, funny enough, that's actually what I'm saying. I've not actually been saying my predictions. I've been asking you guys. Basically, my prediction of the Everton game, Liverpool. I think Liverpool might win 2-0. I'm gonna say 4-1, just like you, Mike. For the Southampton Aston Villa game, Southampton 4-1, and 1-1 for Brentford versus Newcastle. And this one, I'm actually going 1-1 for this one as well. So, but the final game, Manchester United at home to Nottingham Forest. Mike's, what's your prediction of the score?
2-0 Man United.
2-0 Man United. King, what are you saying, bro?
I'm saying same. I'm saying 2-0 United. United should win that comfortably. They haven't been on good form, Nottingham Forest recently. So yeah.
All right. What about you, Prime? Manchester United versus Nottingham Forest.
I'm gonna say draw. Also, I didn't get to give I didn't get to give my prediction of Palace versus City.
You did?
3-0.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Prime. Sorry, Prime. Apologies. Yeah, 3-0. Okay, 3-0 to Manchester City in that game. And you said a draw between Manchester United and Forest. What's your scoreline?
2-2.
2-2. Okay. So we do move on to Sunday. First game on Sunday is Fulham versus Arsenal. Arsenal travel to Craven Cottage. Scoreline, Mikes.
2-0 Arsenal.
King.
I'm going. I'm going 2-1 Arsenal. Just scrape it.
Okay, very quickly, guys. I didn't actually give a score for the United game. I don't know what I'm doing. 2-0, 2-0, 2-0 United, very quickly. And for this game, 3-0 to Arsenal. Prime, what are you saying for this game, Fulham Arsenal?
Uh, I'm gonna say I think it'll be high scoring. I think it'll be like 4-2, 5-2, 6-3 Arsenal.
You know what?
Wow.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
go.
it's
I'm
all
gonna
well.
go machine for machine. Fulham will
Yeah,
go
it's
machine
not.
for machine. Arsenal will just Arsenal will score like 2 set pieces as well.
Yeah, yeah, completely here. Ipswich versus Bournemouth. What are you saying, Mike? For Ipswich versus Bournemouth?
2-0 Bournemouth.
Yeah. Okay. What about you, King? Quick prediction for this.
That's a bit. Which Bournemouth? I'll go with 2-2 draw.
2-2 draw. Okay, Prime.
Yeah.
Ipswich Bournemouth.
I'm going Ipswich win.
Ipswich win. Okay. I'm actually gonna go 2-2. You know what? I'm gonna go 1-1 for this one. 1-1. Ipswich Bournemouth. Okay. Leicester. Ruud van Nistelrooy continues, man. Leicester take on Brighton and Hove Albion at home. So, Mike, what's your prediction for that scoreline game?
I'm gonna go 2-2.
2-2. Okay.
Yeah.
King, what about you, man?
I'm saying 3-2 Leicester.
All right. Prime, what are you saying, man?
What was it? Leicester versus Brighton. 2-0 Leicester.
I'm gonna go 2-1 Leicester. This is the one that the main event time. The main event is here. Tottenham versus Chelsea. I'll let Fran, you be the last one to tell us the prediction. I want to ask the rest of the people. Mike's Tottenham versus
3-1.
Chelsea.
3-1 Chelsea.
Jeez, didn't even let me finish. All right. King. Tottenham versus Chelsea.
I'm going 4-1 Chelsea.
Jesus Christ.
Back to back forwards.
Oh my days,
Yeah.
Lord Almighty. Prime, what are you saying for this one, bro?
No, you go. You go.
Hey, you know what the problem? You see, here's the problem. I feel like you guys have been looking at their recent form. I keep telling you guys, this is Robin Hood FC, man. They don't beat
No,
Okay.
teams that they expect them to beat.
No,
Chelsea.
Omar.
Beat Chelsea.
No, Mike, don't help him. Omar, you give your prediction. You said I should go last, right? Give your
Yeah,
prediction.
no, yeah, okay, yeah. So my thing is, like I said, for some reason, Tottenham, when it comes to the games where you don't expect them to win, they somehow get out of there with something. But then they will go and play a game like Ipswich.
Ipswich and then lose or something. Yeah.
Me Timber.
Prime French me love.
Hey, listen, I don't care, man. I'm actually gonna come out and say it. I'm gonna say, fuck's sake.
You're not confident in what you're gonna say. You know
No,
you're
I
not
know.
confident because it's Tottenham, bro. We just discussed how Tottenham are. This is what is affecting you as well. You're a Barcelona fan. You even know how.
I know, man. I know. Because you know what? If I get this
Mike,
wrong,
remember?
no,
Mike,
you know
remember
why?
when I
Because
said
I know Prime, bro. Next week when you do True Ballers FC, this guy's gonna flame me the whole stream, bro. If
no,
I-
Mike. Remember when Omar said, "I'm surprised why Spurs always do this. This is why
Yeah,
you're
No,
surprised."
because
Yeah.
no, but that is the truth. Because I'm like, bro, you know why? It's because this is a game where they should lose. Everything's saying that they should lose this game, right? But that's the thing, isn't it? Every time you expect these guys to lose, that's when they turn up for some reason. But then the game when you're like, all right, let's see you go and do it against Fulham and what's his name, Bournemouth, and then you go and lose or draw those games, right?
Yeah.
Look, I know everyone here is predicting a win, but just to be on the safe side, I'm gonna predict a draw. I feel like because it's just one of these games, unfortunately, where you Spurs should lose and they'll find a way not to lose on the Ange. You understand what I'm saying, right? So I'm gonna go 2-2 draw. 2-2 draw.
You don't believe that for a second.
Listen, if I get it wrong, I can at least say, listen, I gave him a draw as a chance. Prime, floor is yours, man. He's gone, but He'll be back,
Prime.
guys.
Oh,
No,
it's gone.
he'll be back. He'll be back, right? Yeah, see, he had to go get the shades. This guy, he had to go get
Every
the shades.
fucking time this guy is shit.
All right, the floor is yours, man. Take over.
Listen, Omar, no one interrupted you when you gave your crazy
I'm not
prediction.
interrupting you. I'm like, yo, take the floor. Floor is
You're,
yours. Go ahead.
you're interrupting me right now. Listen, you gave your crazy prediction. No one interrupted you. We allowed you to speak. Okay.
Okay.
So,
Mhm.
does anyone know where this game's being played?
The Tottenham Stadium.
Tottenham Stadium.
The Nicholas Jackson Arena. We're going back-to-back hat tricks, baby. Back-to-back hat tricks.
Okay. Scoreline. 3-0, 3-0,
Omar,
3-0.
Omar, no one interrupted you. Let me speak. No one interrupted you. Let me speak. Okay.
All right,
Yes.
go ahead. Go ahead.
Angelica Postacoglu. We'll put you out of your misery. We'll get you out of prison. Okay. We'll break you out. We'll free you. We'll free you. We'll free you. Jackson hat trick. Madueke will bag a goal, whether he starts or he's off the bench. Palmer, Cole, 6-0 minimum, man. We need to get at least 5. I'm going 6-0.
Bro,
Body
if these guys win,
No,
if they win,
no
they win.
Vicario, no Van der Ven,
Yeah.
no Romero. The doggy style is shit. Pedro Pornhub is shit. No Bentancur because he's a racist. We're sweeping. Hey, goals galore, man.
Yeah.
Goals galore. And the fact that
Sanchalini, bro.
the guys that you guys even think that they'll get a goal. Omar, you think they'll get 2? You crazy.
Listen,
Bournemouth,
I'm gonna say I could look like a genius next week, bro.
Omar, you're my guy, but you're not. Anyway, Southampton got their goal. The goal Spurs could have scored, Southampton scored it, okay? They're not scoring against us. Clean sheet, 6-0. Hey,
I swear to God.
hey. But it's okay, guys, because you got your Tottenham back. Okay, you got your Tottenham back.
Yep. Man like Professor X, Daniel Levy said you got your Tottenham back, bro. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? For the X-Men.
Blood. Here, listen, Mike's. Whatever happens at West Ham this weekend, yeah, just be ready because once Andy gets sacked, be ready to sack Lopetegui. You can get Andy. Okay? I'm doing you a favor.
I fucking wish.
Okay, so all right, so let's move focus. There's still one more game to talk about. And this is
Also,
actually
does Omar do his forfeit now for predicting a 2-2 draw or after the game?
Okay, what? Oh, wait. What do we talk
I
about?
think you should do it after the game. I think you should do it after the game.
Because Omar, for believing in Tottenham, you might have to do a forfeit.
You have to do it
Okay,
professional.
all right, you gotta tell me what the forfeit is. I need to
Because
know
we have
now.
to be professional. We have to be professional. Okay.
Okay, what is the forfeit, bro? Oh my days, what are you guys gonna
Yeah.
tell me to do?
And we demand an apology to me.
Yeah, you got to open a video apologizing to Prime.
Oh my days. All right.
Serious
Okay,
Serious
so what if the game ends in a draw, bro? Wait.
Hey, the show is over. Show's over. No, if it's a draw, if it's a 2-2 draw, then I don't know. I'll apologize to you.
All right, cool. All right, listen, guys. The game's actually go on till Monday because Monday is El Sacico, ladies and gentlemen, the big one. We've got West Ham on one corner and Wolves and Gary O'Neill on the other corner. This is literally El Sacico, guys, because the team that loses, the manager is gone, guys. Mike's final scoreline.
Hi ho, Wolverhampton. 3-0 Wolves. Go on.
Oh my
Come on,
God.
Wolves. Come on, Wolves. Come on.
Yo, he wants Lopetegui gone. He's like, yo, I don't care, man. I will take a battered if it means that we lose. I will go on a rant and cry on
I
live
hear
stream.
it.
Hi, baller Craig Dawson. Come on. You've got something for me. You wanna no, listen, it's the redemption arc after scoring 2 own goals. I fully hear it. You're just waiting to put a masterclass at the London Stadium. I hear it. Mateus Cunha, you want to score another hat trick at another London Stadium? We literally got the London Stadium. I hear it, man. Come on, just bail us out. Bail us out.
All All right, King, talk to me, bro. What's your scoreline for this for the El Sacico, man?
I hear it, bro. Yeah, I'm going 3-1. Going 3-1 Wolves. I'm going 3-1 Wolves. So yeah, I hear it because I was like that on the Ten Hog when I wanted United just to lose games, just to get Ten Hog's up, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I hear what Max is feeling, bro, right now.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying?
Prime, talk to me, bro. Wolves versus West Ham. Here comes the party pooper. He's gonna actually ruin it. What's your scoreline, bro? Oh no! Look at the way he's looking at the screen, Mike.
I didn't speak. I didn't speak. Let me speak. Manuel Lopo Goats, my manager.
Oh no!
Listen, you're gonna have to sacrifice this one, bro. Listen, Ange gets sacked on a Sunday. Lopetegui gets sacked on the Monday. You hire Ange on Tuesday. How about that? Yeah, is that fair? 2-0.
That'll be great.
2-0. 2-0 Wolves. 2-0 Wolves.
Well, okay. Listen, guys, this has been an amazing show, guys. We've gone for over 2 hours, 40 minutes, man. This show started with me and Mike's, but listen, man, this is probably my favorite True Ballers FC episode, man. You guys have genuinely made me laugh, man. And listen, guys, big up to the people who have been here the whole time, guys. Big up to every single one of you guys, because I know a lot of you guys are, you guys live around England, around that area, right? So it's late as hell over there. So big up to you guys for sticking around. Listen, guys, appreciate you guys. Listen, we're going to True Ballers FC every single week. Sorry, this was supposed to be on a Wednesday, but yeah, man, other stuff was happening, and that's why we're doing it today. But listen, man, every week True Ballers FC is always every single week, and we will be back.
We were making preparations for Spurs' funeral on Sunday. That's why we did
So at the end of the day, guys, we are here. We'll be back next week. Either I'll probably be doing a forfeit, or Prime will be doing a forfeit as well. Okay, so what happens? Okay. So very quickly, what happens if Spurs actually do win?
They're not beating us. They're not beating us. They're not beating us.
Prime,
they're not beating us.
You guys, Prime, if you lose to Tottenham,
they're not beating us. They're not beating us.
You better answer your phone when I call you when you lose, bro.
They're not.
You're getting a phone call from me, bro. You will.
Listen, have some. Do you know who we are? You know who we are?
Oh, I know who you are. I know who you are.
We're not. Listen, if you guys keep saying we're in a title race, why would we go lose to Spurs?
Domination in the location with the Spurs Deji, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, real king, what you don't understand is we've already dominated that location last season. So
word to Deji, bro, not word to me, word to Deji Spurs, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, guys,
if it's not more than 2-0, I'll be up for it. Bro, we're battered, bro. We're trying to
I'll be keeping my eye on that game. That's the game I'm looking forward to the most.
I don't know. Listen. Oh, Prime, if they lose, I'm gonna call you. Just make sure you pick up your phone when it's 6-0. Okay?
Oh, bro, I don't. Bro, when do you call me and I don't answer? Like, be on the real.
Yeah, make sure.
I didn't want. Bro, when my team loses and I'm pissed off, I'm still answering my phone. I don't run away from any. I don't duck from any smoke.
I couldn't find my charger.
No, bro. My phone is right here, bro. My phone is always with me, man. And my phone is always fully charged, bro. Unless to be fair, I will be at work, but I will answer the phone. I'm just saying, bro. That's fine, man.
Bloodshed, tears. Hey, it's gonna be expressions and chill Sunday evening, man.
Yeah, legit.
No, you guys are too much. But listen, man. Big up to everybody here, man. We're gonna be closing now. Listen, we're gonna be redirected to Belgian Reds, guys. I've never actually redirected to them. I wanna redirect to them, man. Guys, go send them some love. We're doing the Liverpool preview, guys. Make sure you guys go and type Omar BYT raid. And like I always say, guys, always like the video, subscribe to the channel, guys. And big up to the people in the panel. Big up to the people in the chat. and peace, you guys. Take care.